Hello there.
Thermal signature detected.
Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to another stream. I actually got to this stream unlike the one earlier this week. I'm sorry that there was no Terra Invicta. I was just so tired, there was no point in trying to stream it. Congratulations to Tachyon for the first for this stream. Unfortunately, Core, you missed out on the first there. I think Craig was maybe thinking about it as well. Definitely to get that leaderboard built out, I should add that as an action. I've got a few things I need to add to the stream when I get 5 minutes. That's one of the things I want to do. I hope you're all doing really well. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We are, of course, jumping into more Rogue Trader. Hey, Daytra, good to see you. Thanks for tuning. Thanks for seeing you here. You think about it was too late, oh dear. I'm just checking that we're live on both Twitch and YouTube, which we are. I hope you're all having a fantastic week. Let's do a quick recap, I guess. So last time, what happened? We fought a Chaos Space Marine, and he killed half of our party in one turn, and then we basically murdered him with one party member in the next turn. It was pretty cool. We fought some Dark Eldar stole the sun. We jumped out of the system. We fought some pirates, and I was very bad at the minigame. And now we're on Footfall, where we got ambushed, and we are just kind of faffing around. Hey, Cap Channel. Hey, Moneyman. Thank you both for joining the stream. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. I hope you are all having a great week so far. It's not almost over. Let me just quickly check something off screen. Give me 1 second. I need to do this. There we go. We are now ready to do everything we need to do. That's excellent. I always clicked to exit the desktop. Okay, so last time, that's right, we dealt with an incident here. In the Grimdark's future, there's only war and taxes. Well, I don't think we need to, as a party, as a Rogue Traders party, I don't think we need to pay taxes. So that's the one advantage that we have. I think we are immune to having to pay tithe as a Rogue Trader. So we do not need to pay taxes, which is pretty good. Who's this guy following us around? Let's see, what's going on here? There's a lot going on here, okay? We're currently on Footfall. We're in the atrium level of Footfall at the moment. From what I know, the person who runs... Yes, lots of death. The guy who runs Footfall is somewhere on this level. So we need to check in with him. That's our main mission right now, is just to check in with him and find out why he wants to speak to us. So I guess we're going to do that. I'm just going to try... Oh, there's a dude here called Hieronymus. So he sounds important. We will also just steal everything that isn't nailed down, because that's what we do. We're just roguely tradering it. Who's this guy? This is actually the dude. This is the priest, Hieronymus Doloroso. He was the one we stepped in to help last time. So Rogue Traders just own a freezing company. They don't even need to own it. They're just immune to the law. They're just literally above the law. They have a special piece of paper that says you don't need to follow any of the rules, and so they get to do whatever they want. Hieronymus Doloroso, the man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone, fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes upon you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments. They do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice he says, "The Emperor protects." Instead of protesting government, the Rogue Trader act as government. Correct, yes. Free zone, I get you. Yes, basically a free zone. I obviously am going to reply with "The Emperor protects." We are noble. We understand how you address a member of the Ecclesiarchy, there we go. I got it right on my third attempt. I know how to address a member of the Ecclesiarchy. Don't piss these guys off. They could just declare some sort of holy crusade against you. But he who protects those only who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who've risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride, most degenerate. Oh, so he's a zealot. And you must be the young one Valancius. That name carries weight, and it is a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodore encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and saving their sweet poison? So this is a guy who thinks everybody is damned, until proven otherwise. I have heard many exalt the deeds of your intellect. I am, of course, astoundingly intelligent, and everyone knows it, and call your wisdom a gift from the Emperor himself. Fools! Do they not know that the seeds of heresy spout quickest in an enlightened mind? Hey, Wayland, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Understanding only erodes the will's act. We're just talking to a priest. I think we're going to go with the dogmatic persuasion choice. Oh, no. Do we want to go with the dogmatic choice, or do we want to go with the heretic god? Do I want to ask early chat if we go dogmatic or heretical? We haven't picked a single heretical option so far, so I'm just going to take the dogmatic one. This isn't a hugely important decision. We'll make the sign of the Holy Aquila, which is where you take your hands and you hook your thumbs together, and you sort of spread your palms like the fingers like the wings of an eagle. So it's a two-headed eagle you make with your fingers, with your hands. So that's the sign of the Holy Aquila. It's kind of this symbol here made with your fingers. Does he have an Aquila on him? I like to spread my Warhammer lore, as I don't know. He's got one Aquila. He's got an Aquila on the seal, on this book. That's what you're making with your hands, the sign of the Holy Aquila. But we'll do that. I actually make it. Look at that. Oh, this is actually a bigger one. This is one where you make with your... Yeah, you crush your hands like that. Persuasion test succeeded. He gives you a scrutinizing look, then his tone softens. Well, then be twice as diligent, for this sector will seize any chance to test your fate. We gain 10 experience, we gain 4 dogmatic. That's fine. He looks at Argenta, who is standing nearby, and his voice softened slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. I have one above my portrait. Oh yes, this is an Aquila here. Thank you very much, Sujan Tofu. Also good to see you. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? So, Argenta was on a pilgrimage when we found her. He is zealous, he said, to describe a priest in the society. Religion is the main center point. Yes, but there's different levels of priest in this religion. He's one of the, true faith priests. I think there's a lot of the ecclesiarchy in Warhammer 40,000 that I think there's basically two extremes in the ecclesiarchy, and I don't think it's explored a lot, but you either get the absolutely devout, totally zealous true believers, of which I believe there are the vast majority, but I think there's also a lot who are kind of in it for the skin of the game, and I think a lot of people who would normally fall through the cracks in society tend to survive by joining the priesthood and putting on a good show. It was, Reverend. Let it be known to you that Theodore von Valencia's ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy, who appalled the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Cool, just tell the guy my ship's full of demons. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed Rooktrigger's crew and help protect the von Valencia's dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I am divesting myself with the responsibility of guarding the footfall reliquary. I would add something to that if it weren't so beneath me. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her sister going forward, so I've got the hiccups. I believe because I want to survive. Exactly, Tachyon. Frankly, I have no need of... I'm going to say she stood by my side during the assault on the ship. I can use her assistance. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The footfall reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all your years preceding your arrival. I know what it is that calls you to follow the road trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before the day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow ward quarters. In the darkest corners, where the Liege's wardens do not venture, taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy. You see 8 Aquilas on the screen. Okay, there's a lot of Aquilas. There's one here, there's one here. Spot the Aquila. There's one here, there's one here. That's only 4. I don't see was 5, 6, 7, and 8. Looks desperately for Aquilas. I'm sure there's another 4 Aquilas easily on screen right now. Where was I? Mark. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with a sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these purports to be rumors, but I well know what evil lurks all around us, and I wish to see retribution. Sun inscribed with blue and gold. I'm pretty sure that's a Zinchian symbol. With a lot of the world of the Imperium having their crushing belts, it would be surprised at different interpretation of the Imperium cult, just how real would act. Exactly, bro. Yeah. I come across heresy surprisingly often these days. But where's Aquilugabe? Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow even more eager to embrace heresy, both on Footfall and elsewhere. Its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kiava Gamma and just recently a transport ship by the name of Navika, teeming with refugees, arrived on footfall from Winterscale's realm. Their world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity they had to flee to save themselves. I flinch whenever someone says those two numbers together. Did I say those two numbers together? I don't think. Oh, maybe I did. Yes, I do. I should have just spotted that. Thank you for pointing it out, bro. The Liege refused to accept them, and so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise not to linger in this den of violence. Actually picked an option there. Blue and gold sun, 1,000 sun, perhaps. I hope not. We've already had to fight a word bearer in this campaign. I hope I don't have to fight 1,000 suns as well. We are only humans. We are not space marines. We are not made to fight chaos space marines. Why don't you go to the Liege with this matter? I do not walk the paths pleasing to the Liege. Vladiam is weak and riddled with worms on the inside. He seeks to please his Casbalica masters, those peddlers of the unholy Xenos. So just to remind you, if you're just catching up, this space station is technically an Imperial port, but it's so far outside the grasp of the Imperium, it's actually run by a criminal cartel, the Casbalica. We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus. With great pleasure. Argenta lays a hand on her weapon. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble force. Is there some more you wish to ask me about? No, I think I'm good. I must take my leave. The Emperor protects. Okay, so we've just picked up a quest from him, which will help us out with our... Is that with the Sister of Battle? No. That's just a pilgrim. Alright, what else we got here? There's something going on over here.
That's how it's done.
In the mismatch of device and cables, you notice equipment from totally different eras, some ancient, some really old, and others hastily tossed together. So this space is actually a massive hall that, like, all of this stuff has been built into to fill in a big open space, like a huge temple. They've just filled with buildings from when this place was originally built. It's an ancient space station.
I always have a backup plan.
Looks like people are queuing for food. A small foods booth with portions of meager, yeah. Oh, this guy's selling maintenance stuff? A stall selling old knickknacks for everyday needs. What's this guy selling? Weapons? Well, where's your shoddy-looking weapons built out of questionable parts? We are but mortal men, but with faith, steel, and faith, we will overcome the archenemy. The Emperor protects. The Emperor does protect. Always take faith in the Emperor. What's up here? Oh, there's a computer, a cogitator. Pascal, do some computerizing. Oh, cool. It opened this door. What's up here?
Keep your wits about you.
There's some goods here. And there's a suspicious-looking worker. Oh, unyielding Vanguard boots. These boots double the resolve bonus that allies gain from the wearer's unyielding beacon ability. Well, nobody has unyielding beacon yet. And then there's also a servo... Ooh. Beyond logic, the servo skull swarm gains plus 10 fellowship and intelligence. Who can use a servo skull swarm? Is that that might be a thing that the rogue trader can get? Faith, steel, and gunpowder is the correct combination of items. Yeah. All right, we might as well see before rogue trader von Valencius. Oh, we've got a herald. That's what's following us around. There's a blocked passage here. There's something in this box. Just some junk. Can we move this? It's a 75% athletics chance, which isn't great. That was an injury. We'll try one more time. I should have healed him before I did that. I will just quickly heal him up.
Serves. There is life in you yet.
He took a wound for that.
Use it wisely.
Field medicine.
Oh, that didn't heal it. Oh, he's fatigued. Okay. The effect will be removed at the end of combat. If gained outside combat, visit the void ship to remove. Minus 10 penalty to strength, toughness, agility, and MP. That's really annoying because then I'm going to have to go all the way back to the void ship to clear that. And I wasted the medkit to try and clear it. What's over here? Oh, cutscene. The low hum of voices quiets, and a dozen gauges shift to you. Oh, what have we walked into? What have we found? First mate Dagon. The tall man with the shaved head is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes nearly bursting at the seams on his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. Greetings! You must be... Lady von Valancius, your ladyship. I heard about your arrival on Footfall, of course, and about Lady Theodora's passing, but I wasn't told. You're not on the list, he stops. But that's not a problem, of course. Please come in. Chaplain is about to begin. Oh, have I just walked in on a funeral? What I like about Road Trade is the fact that the game kind of depicts how everyday life... Yes, I do really like that as well, bro. I also think it's got a really good depiction of how the Mechanicus works. We're waiting for one more attendee to arrive, Fidelio. Without Fidelio, it's all been for nothing. Crashing a funeral. Point of the influence of the people overseeing this, somebody orders the server to remove the am sack intended for guests. What could be the reason? A awareness test succeeded. You catch sight of something odd. Before stepping away from you, the man gestures subtly to a nearby servitor, giving it some kind of command. The servitor quickly removes the bottles of amsac, which is just a potent alcohol, and glasses set up for attendees from a nearby table. Do you have an Aquila on your forehead? No, we've got a floating servoscope that's announcing us. Let's just do an awareness check. Awareness test succeeded. The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations of the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the Liege's residence. Oh, my portrait. Yes, no, it's a metal forehead plate. It's like an augment. So it's not an Aquila. Actually, there could be an Aquila on it, but it's like a metal forehead plate. Is what I like. It's basically, I think, a better thinking augment. But you notice that most of the gathered are of rather imposing physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they are covering the exit. A few are clearly considering weapons. I wonder who this Fidelio is and why they cannot start proceedings until he or she appears. Judging by the way that fellow with the list was talking about this individual, it's someone very important. But it's not a name I've heard before. I've never heard the name before either. What is this place and what is going on here? Adria senses growing possibilities, but also growing danger. I know nothing about this place, but I can feel that something's in the works here. I sense danger and opportunity. That is a little danger, but a big opportunity. Okay, I'm going to join the attendees. Hi, I'm here for the funeral. I have, of course, been invited. Oh, it is actually a funeral. There is a corpse inside a... oh, so that priest has a flamethrower. If you look, this priest here has a flamethrower on his back. Oh, hey, Kashmir, go ahead. Oh, no. You still got here late. No. Well, we haven't missed too much, Kashmir. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of a footfall society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the faith of fire burning, and an example to all future generations. The most noble and unforgettable Master Bellardo. This loss... The fussy administratum clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at paper with text in it. His speech drags on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Bellardo. The ceremony turned out to be the funeral of an honorable gentleman by the name of Bellardo. So let's offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Bellardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to a most reverend chaplain. Okay, so the person talking right now is an administratum person.
Thank you for the 13 long months of subscribing Kashmerg Zero at.
Thank you, Kashmir Xerat. Thank you very much for the 313 sub. That's crazy. Thank you so much for the support. Can't believe it's been over a year. Before you even realized there was different sets of Mechanicus, where one of them worships the electric. I find it very cool. Yes, it's such a huge universe. There's so much stuff. Oh no, Fidelio, carefully don't walk in on an eyes wide shut party. Uh-oh. So this is the chaplain here. This is the administratum. Funky. Yeah, this is the chaplain here. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of the ecclesiarchy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then. But if you think that the Emperor, or the messenger of his will, in other words, myself, does not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken.
Train has entered the station and is at level 1,600. Thank you.
Thank you, level 1,600.
Thank you for the 17 long months of subscribing Core 212121.
Thank you, Core.
That just reminded me Happy Smiley.
Oh, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. I can't believe you started a hype train. At level 1,600, apparently. Thank you very, very much. This preach is telling it how it is. I wasn't referring to our esteemed guest looking at me, but the rest of you I know all too well. So go ahead. Pray for Bellardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him. A fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, the chaplain makes the sign of the Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendees. Well, that was a sermon and a half. So the people here he doesn't really like. Oh, we just leveled up. Okay. Let's deal with that then. That's going to take a couple of seconds because we have mastered our archetypes, which means we get to pick... do I get to pick a new archetype? Oh, yes, I do. The archetypes are right here. Derp. Let me just get my plan out. Give me 2 seconds. So we've got 3 choices here. We've got Vanguard, Master Technician, Grand Strategist, and Overseer. I think Master Technician is where we're going, but let me just make sure. We could also go for Overseer. So just have a quick look at them. The Overseer gets a familiar. That's very cool. The Master Tactician... Oh, here we go. We actually got to oversee it here. So the Vanguard, an unstoppable force on the front line and a beacon for their allies. Even when facing extremely heavy fire, Vanguard only grows stronger in the crucible of battle. Core focus, frontline leader, defensive support, temporary wounds, absorbing attacks, attack redirection. That doesn't really fit what we kind of do. Master Tactician, always in the thick of battle, using their leadership and combat prowess, Master Tacticians are able to harness the momentum of their party to enhance the combat effectiveness of their allies and themselves. Core focus, scaling with party success, long-term single target buffs, momentum, and versatility. Again, we don't really have much in the way of combat prowess. We're more of a backline leader, is what our character is. Then there's the Grand Strategist, a master of battlefield positioning for themselves and their allies. The Grand Strategist is able to increase the battle effectiveness of their party by designating and strengthening important parts of the battlefield. Core focus, battlefield control, ally buffs, unique utility, enemy debuffs. I think that's normally what we would end up taking, but I would quite like the look of taking Overseer. The Overseer is a tactical expert who uses their familiar to execute their will. The selection of familiar determines the Overseer's combat style. Different familiars grant them unique capabilities, from healing and protecting allies to destroying enemies with deadly precision. Together, the Overseer and their familiar can dominate any battlefield thanks to their keen adaptability. Core focus, familiar selection, familiar control, adaptability support, and focused attacks. I'm going to pick Overseer, and I really like the looks. We can't take Cyber Mastiff because we are not an arbitrator. We can't take Cyber Raven because we are not a Psyker. So our only options are Cyber Eagle, which is a eagle that can fly around and disrupt people. The Cyber Eagle is an agile instrument perfectly suitable to oversee the battlefield from above and disorient enemies. While soaring, it gains access to an alternative, more powerful version of its abilities. The Obstruct Vision ability will cause enemies to destroy each other with their own weapons. The Evasive Obstructing Cyber Eagle provokes enemy, causing it to shoot in its direction with an increased chance to hit the enemy's allies. So it's kind of like a disruption tool. The other option is the Servo Skull Swarm, which really, really appeals to me. It only has one ability to start with, this is Extrapolation. Whenever the Overseer uses non-attacking single-target abilities, i.e. all of my things that buff people, on their Servo Skull Swarm, they are all applied to all relevant targets, allies, and enemies in a 4-cell radius around it, having no effect on the Servo Skull Swarm itself. So if I say if I order, it sounds so broken. If the Overseer uses an ability granting an extra turn to an ally, the closest ally gets the extra turn. Enemies in the 4-cell settlements are under surveillance. Servo Skull Swarm is a versatile support tool that enhances the Overseer's combat capabilities. Thanks to the persistent extrapolation effect, it can transmit the effect of the Overseer's abilities to multiple targets at once, healing and empowering groups of allies and weakening groups of enemies. Additionally, the Servo Skull Swarm can influence the course of battle through its signal abilities, which it has. So I'm going to go for Servo. I think Servo Skull Swarm just sounds so cool. So we're going to grab Servo Skull Swarm. Oh my god, we need a name for the Servo Skull. Who is Two Thumbs that wants me to go to the hype train? Thank you very much for celebration, Cashmere. That's really kind. Sorry that I missed that. Thank you so much. And thank you very much to the Menace Stuff Brew as well. And that's really kind. Yes, folks, catch the stream again. Welcome, Rabbit Maggot. Thank you so much. I don't have chat on screen when I'm looking at some of this stuff, so thank you so much. So what are we going to call our Servo Skull Swarm? Oh my god, I think there's only one name that we can give to the Servo Skull. I think we have to call the Servo Skull Swarm Chat.
Holy shit. A hype train just ended at 104,000% through level 1600 and had % contributors, % crazy people participating.
What did my thing just say? Did it just swear? Did it just swear? I need to have a look at this bot. Okay, anyway. I'm thinking I want to call it Chat. Conductor's good. I like Chat. Call it Chatty. I think I'm just going to stick with Chat. This is Chat. So if anything goes wrong, I can blame it, and then if ever I'm blaming you. I'm going to call my Servo Skull Swarm Chat. So we just get the Servo Skull Swarm right here. All right, Abalard. Everyone gets new abilities here. So this is an Oprah Winfrey ability. Everybody gets a new class. Most of these will be pretty straightforward. It's very obvious what Abalard's going to go into. He could get Assassin. That really doesn't fit him. He could get Vanguard. That Unstoppable Force on the front line and Beacon for their allies. We've already looked at this. We could give him Executioner. Executioners are specialists in inflicting enduring and excruciating pains on all enemies around them. But for him, I'm going to go with Arch Militant. I just think it's a great choice for him. An Arch Militant is a formidable master of warfare, able to blend various weapons and styles mid-combat, be it melee or ranged or anything in between. The Arch Militant is the best at it and becomes stronger and stronger with each second in battle. Core focus, versatility, area attacks, personal buffs, weapon set rotation, crowd control. We're going to grab Arch Militant for him. So he grabs versatility from the start. Whenever the Archmilitant uses an attack that is of a different type from the previous attack, which we can really easily do with his shield, the Archmilitant gains a stack of versatility. Valid attack types are single shot, melee, single target burst, area melee, area ranged, or ranged burst. So we just do melee. We could just do melee, area melee, or we could do melee ranged. It's fine. The Archmilitant gets +2 weapon skill and ballistic skill for every stack of versatility. If the Archmilitant has 4 more stacks of versatility, the Archmilitant gains an additional +10 plus wisdom bonus or +10 plus physical bonus, whichever is highest. So just do what he just keeps doing what he's already doing, and he gets better. Okay, Argenta, we've got Bounty Hunter, Master Tactician, and Archmilitant. Bounty hunters are methodical killers who leave trails of dead bodies in the wake. A bounty hunter chooses their next target before the previous one has even realized it's dead. Core focus, critical hits, defense reduction, killing key targets, repositioning. Now, it does sound like that would be good for her, but I am actually going to go for Archmilitant on her. I just have to start switching between her different weapon styles. So I have to stop just using rapid fire all the time. I have to use her area effect attacks as well, but we can make this work. I think we can make her pretty powerful on it, and she already is very powerful. Okay, next up, Kibala. I think it's very obvious what we're going to pick with Kibala. She has her own tree that's been added to the game specifically just for her. So for Kibala, it is going to, pretty sure, yeah, it's either Assassin or Executioner. I was going to pick Assassin. The Assassin sees a single opening for each enemy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to check, sorry. If we go back, hang on, click here. I don't want this. 2 archetypes, here we go. So the Assassin's on master of identifying the slightest vulnerabilities of key targets and dispatching them by any means necessary. Core focus, high damage, dodge, and dodge reduction. Or we can go Executioner, which core focus, damage over time effects, melee damage, data effects, crowd control, large number of wounds. I want to go for Executioner on her, which gives her forced repentance. Whenever the Executioner inflicts a damage over time effect on a target already suffering from an effect of the same type, which is all of her bleeds and stuff, that target must make a relevant resistance test required to remove that effect with a penalty equal to their Medicaid, which she has a huge Medicaid. Then she takes additional damage, and the stuff stacks. Which she also gets Scourging Strikes, which is an ability that makes her next melee attack deal bleeding damage. And she gets Where It Hurts. If the target of the next successful attack is suffering any damage over time effects, for each effect it must take that. It all stacks up to tons and tons of damage over time. It's just great. Okay, now Pascal. I'm not sure what to do with Pascal off the top of my head. 1 second. Let me just find the notes I made for Pascal. Because these classes, like, yeah, you don't want to just go straight in. We're doing with Bounty Hunter on him, so I can pick a target and just do more damage to it. So the Bounty Hunter marks an enemy in combat as prey. Whenever the Bounty Hunter kills a target marked as prey, they gain a stack of bonus until the end of combat. This bonus depends on the enemy difficulty tier. Yeah, so we're just going to give him Bounty Hunter. And then finally, Adira, who might not end up staying in the party, but for now, she is going to grab Overseer, which is this one here. And we're going to give her a Cyber Raven. Which lets her do her psychic attacks through the thing. Whenever they use a non-attacking single target psychic ability on their Cyber Raven, they're applied to all relevant targets or enemies in a 4-cell radius around it. And you can do Purification Discharge. The Cyber Raven deals shock damage. So she just makes her attacks go, like, bounce off the Cyber Raven, which is pretty cool. Again, she's probably not going to stay in the party for too long. I may respec her if we do keep her. Bounty Hunter sounds right for him, I guess. Bounty has been evaporated. I don't have proof. Hey, Adria, how's it going? Good to see you. Arjun, my beloved. Reverse chat is reverse chat is chat for me. Okay, chat, we cooked exactly rabbit. So I'm just catching up on chat because I didn't have it on screen. Chatatron would send more 40k. Okay, chat, what should we do here? Exactly. Sounds about right. Arjun, my beloved. Okay, cool. We've leveled everybody up. Now, the first thing we can do is we picked up that item. For our so where do we equip this? Can only be equipped by a familiar. So here's my familiar here. Here's my Cyber Skull Swarm. Can I modify them at all? I can change their color scheme. Just gives me change their banner. I like the white banner. And I'm going to give them this, which gives them plus 10 Fellowship and Intelligence, and they don't take any damage from area attacks. So that's cool. Okay, we now have a Cyber Raven and a Servo Skull in the squad. Don't forget to punch the like button. Thanks, Winterwolf. Okay, let's see what's going on with this guy. Whoever prepared the body of the grey-haired man lying on the coffin did a great job. Even in death, he looks majestic. Abalard maintains a grave expression befitting the occasion until he sees the face of the deceased. Like, yes, I believe they have hit points, Moneyman. He peers at it with suspicion, then he gasps, astonished, almost dazed. I'll be! This is quite the meeting, if it can be called such under circumstances. Abalard, you know this man? Do I? I would tell you all about this man, but the words I'd use would be improper for a funeral. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Rabbits.
Hey, Rabbit Maps. Thanks for hitting that follow button.
Okay, I need to tone down this bot. Thank you so much. Hey, Frost, have you installed the... Oh my god, I did not install the mod. Literally the worst streamer ever. I did not install the mod. I forgot to do it again. Look, I've had a hard week. I've had a really hard week, as evidenced by me not streaming on Tuesday. I apologize. The worst streamer ever. I will remember to do it for next time. I'm not going to delay the stream again to install it. Yes, big lol. Thanks, chat. This relationship is Jerry Can Dens, known back in the days of the most notorious pirates in the Corona's Expanse. They nicknamed him Jerry Can for his habit of having a jug or two of Promethium on hand. He did love burning things. Oh yes, he was a menace back then. How long was it? 60 years ago? I was serving my last days in the Navy when news came of his latest attack. Well. Now, there was a time when the sight of Jerry Can in a coffin would have been enough to make me dance, quite literally. By the throat. I would have danced a jig on the spot. But now, I don't know. No more jumping into the warp right from under a cruiser's nose, you old beast. Who'd have thought I'd be at your funeral? This is very grand for a pirate's funeral. Is this normal for Footfall? Folks on Footfall are known to turn a blind eye to many things, but even the locals aren't so unscrupulous as to honor pirate scum a few paces away from the Liege's residence. But no one has heard of Dens for so many decades. I barely recognized him myself, and I've seen his face on pics a fair few times back then. I should be retired and started a more or less honest life under a new name. What was it they were calling him? Master Bellardo? Now I remember. Reverend Hieronymus mentioned the name Master Bellardo as one of the biggest donors to the temple. Ah, so he caught religion. Take a good look at the deceased. Lore Imperium test succeeded. The implants left in the deceased's body speak of his high standing. Expensive tech is typically extracted from the dead. Only the most prominent wealthy avoid this fate upon their death. Okay, so we know who it was, but what does that mean for us? Book of Remembrance. Someone, possibly Fidelio, left a strange note to the Book of Remembrance. Among the books of parting and praise for the deceased, a fresh entry stands out. Repentance, with a signature underneath it fit. The letters are crabbed and barely illegible. So Fidelio is here, but hasn't signed in.
In the dust.
Your Excellency, I humbly bow before you. Okay. Let's talk to the priest. Where is the priest? I feel like the priest don't know what's going on. Oh, this person has the same surname as the guy. This is Bellardo. A man of indeterminate age turns to you and sighs loudly. You can tell by his breath that he came to the ceremony after indulging in 1 or 2 glasses of a strong drink. Your ladyship, it must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here. Surely a figure as great as yourself won't allow for terrible injustice to happen. We haven't been introduced. Pardon me. Bellardo, I have the honor of being the only child of the deceased. You don't seem particularly grief-stricken over your father's death. If I was the one lying in the box, he wouldn't be crying his eyes out either. A son's feelings are complicated. I wasn't a good son. Old Dens wasn't a good father. But I do miss him in my own way, yes. He always seemed timeless to me, not just a bag of meat and ugly ambitions like the rest of us are. And what is this injustice that I'm supposed to prevent from happening? Let's just get to the point. Well, the lawful heir is being robbed of his inheritance. My dear father left his entire fortune, down to the lost coin, to some nobody, a certain Fidelio, who hasn't even bothered to come to his funeral, and I'm left with nothing. Do you think that is fair? I think it's up to him to choose who his inheritance goes to. It's kind of like part of the point of passing on your stuff, right? Chart will be snarky, laughing, joke around. Yes, that is exactly what I'm expecting from the Service Skull. You're nobility. You, of all people, must realize just how wrong and unacceptable the situation is. So I thought, maybe you could lend me a hand somehow, for the sake of friendship with the future keeper of the Bellardo fortune. Me, and for the sake of justice, of course. To turn a funeral rite into a stepping stone for one's covetous desires is blasphemy. To dispute the will of the dead is doubly blasphemous. Who is Fidelio? I have absolutely no idea. There's a will, there's a name, that's it. Maybe they're my father's Biblo, some brother or sister I never know. Maybe they're a whore who brightened his final days. I get the feeling the old louse chaplain knows, but he's always known more about father's business than any of us, and he's keeping quiet. Why did your father disinherit you? As if I know, the old man wasn't a heart-to-heart sort of person. Right up until the announcement of his last will and testament, I had no idea he'd put me in the doghouse. What kind of assistance do you seek from me? Your ladyship, I've never been in the presence of a person of your status, let me alone talk to one, but I just thought, maybe you can impose your will on the matter of the inheritance. It would be good to find out who Fidelio is too, true, but that's nothing, just my curiosity. I want nothing to do with this. That's just not my day. When is it ever? Thank you for speaking with me, goodbye. Where's the priest? I think the priest will tell us what's really going on here. You're a servitor. What's down here? There's some goods down here. Oh,
what do we have here?
Why is there a trap at this funeral?
Duty prevails.
What's in this box? Just some junk, okay? There's no doors or anything. There's the clerk, but where's the priest? There's the priest. There's an odd smell to the samsack. It seems very likely that the drink has been poisoned. People want Fidelio dead. I think I kind of guessed that already, game. Alright, here's the chaplain. Let's see what he has to say. Up close, the chaplain leaves an even stronger impression. A tall, burly man whose face and hands bear numerous scars. His entire vision seems to tell the story of many heretics who met their end upon their encounter with this adept of true faith. May St. Drusus protect you from illness and misfortune. I'm surprised to see a noble figure such as yourself here. Did you know Dens? I mean, Master Bellardo. Let's drop the persuasion. Do I want to persuasion him? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna wangle this guy. Interesting. I knew he kept secrets even from me, his friend and confessor. Then again, meeting you is not the only secret I've discovered. I still don't know who this Fidelio is, the person who Dens made his heir. The esteemed Master Bellardo was a pirate. Do you know why they call me chaplain? It's because I was the priest on Dens' ship in his wilder days. If you're surprised, you shouldn't be. There are plenty of heretics skull among pirates of the Expanse, but Dens wasn't one of them. He was a true believer, and he shared more of the Imperium's ideals than some of those stick-necked officers. A leader with an iron fist and an iron will. Don't we owe our conquest of thousands of star systems to people like that? And the ones he robbed were mostly the types that no true soldier of the Imperium would shed a tear over. Xenos, heretics. Not all of them, of course, but the Emperor will judge Dens if Dens was a decent man. So Bellardo has left all of his worldly possessions to a certain Fidelio. Who is this mysterious person? I haven't the faintest idea, but I think that no one present knows either, or 24 hired killers would have already begun a manhunt for this Fidelio. Wherever they may be hiding, this is, after all, a significant inheritance, and the other claimants don't exactly pleased at being left out of the will. Imperium aligned pirates is a really cool concept. I think it's the first time I've seen it come up, except for traders, so that counts. Yeah, I do like the idea of Imperium aligned pirates as well. It kind of like you can see them having fights with corsairs and stuff. Chaplain's eyes narrow a little. I can see that you're intrigued. I must say I am too. Ever since I heard of my friend's death, I couldn't stop thinking about the mystery of his will. You have the Von Valencia's name and title. Perhaps you could pull more of the guests here than I could. Here's the only clue I've got. Dens mentioned the name Fidelio to me only once. It was a long time ago. He was very drunk. He latched onto my robes and said, I hope that these are his exact words, I owe Fidelio if not for the repentance. How strange. Aren't you Master Fidelio's confessor, chaplain? How could anyone other than you have told him to repent? I didn't, that's for sure. I can't imagine what he meant by it. Given your speech in the ceremony, I take it not very fond of the other attendees. I'm a missionary of St. Drusus, and the truth of the Imperium speaks through me, so I see no point in pretense. All who have gathered here have one goal, to bite a chunk out of Dens' estate. Ambition and aspiration of wealth are not immoral in and of themselves, but it's just that I'm sickened by the thought that such a great man has left behind nothing but a pile of human refuse. His son is a drunk and a weakling. His friend Dagon, the one who grinned you the entrance, is a dim-witted brute with an incredibly bloated ego. His widow made out off of the family yacht in the direction of the mall while his body was still warm, with an entourage of 5 brawny, good-looking young fellows. Okay, I'm going to say thank you for speaking to me. I'm going to speak to the rest of the guests before I do anything else. Because it sounds like there's a little bit of a puzzle to solve here. And I'm usually traditionally very bad at these kind of puzzles, so let's see what we can do with it. More junk, cool.
Over there.
Oh, what have you found? We've got a shredder shotgun. Oof, 20 to 25 damage, that's a lot. And we've got an efficient armored body glove. 35% armor, no dodge penalty. That's pretty good if the spiritual vestments weren't better. Yeah, I'm surprised I can't tell them that either. Alright, I'm going to grab both of these. And I think I'm actually going to give Argenta that shotgun. She's currently got a combat shotgun, which is 18 to 22 damage. But we can swap that out for the shredder shotgun. So it's got less armor penetration, but it has 20 dodge reduction, which I think is actually very nice. Yeah, let's swap her out for this. And that's her area of effect weapon for now.
Let's proceed.
Alright, let's talk to some of these people. So there's the servitor. There's First Mate Dagon. I guess he's the only other person to speak to. tall man who welcomed you at the entrance is shifting from foot to foot and keeps glancing around with a gloomy expression. This is an honor, your ladyship. Such an honor. Could you spare a minute of your time? I have a request to make. You never introduced yourself. I'm Dagon of Theo. I was first mate on Den's ship. Master Bellardo. Given the deceased former occupation, I have a good idea what role you played under his command. Dagon smirks. They used to call me Torch. He's Jerry Can, I'm Torch. Those were the days. How did Bellardo die? Badly. He went downhill real fast. Just a year ago he was living it up, storming the slum asteroids to shoot riffraff and mutants. Then, all of a sudden, he was done. His old wounds had caught up with him, and he had plenty of those, both for the old days and more recent ones. Like when someone tried to bump him off 12 years back, I think it was. There's one more at least, okay. Did Bellardo ever mention repentance to you? No, but I know what you're talking about. The scribbles in his home, right? Yeah, it happened, alright. The writing just appeared out of nowhere, on the walls, the mirrors, and always the same word, repentance. I told him to get a psycho to check his house for sorcery, but he said no. Too pricey, I guess. He said something about that, how he'd already paid too much for repentance. There are a lot of psychos around, and a single one of them will cost you as much as a team of top-notch bruisers. Oh, you're doing a Reaver class Titan. That's awesome, Titaniaga. What's the heraldry you're doing for it? What's the color scheme? Hey, listen, friend. How long did this go on, the writing? Anything else strange happen in the household? Flying knickknacks? Furniture growing tentacles? People dying for no reason? Oh, all kinds of things happen, my girl. Things going flying. People dying. 2 servants, that is. Oh, 2 servants, that is. Whenever we felt like remembering our glory days and got sloshed in half a jug of the good stuff, that's when it would happen. I remember one time we decided to see who could carve open servitors in the dark the quickest. Alright, serious talk. Nah, nothing like that in his house. Nothing sorcerous, apart from the writing. As for when it began, Zenos knows 10, 12 years ago. That lines up with when he said someone tried to assassinate him. It was 12 years ago. It'd be good to take a look at that writing, but I had to guess, it doesn't sound like warp interference from me. If someone really did take up residence in that house, it would have made a bigger splash in 10 years. Like a dozen corpses big. The amsack that you ordered your servant to remove was poisoned. What a fascinating coincidence. He looks at you and poisoned? Nah, can't have been. Must have been a bad batch. What do you wish to speak about? Here's the thing, your ladyship. And I'll give it to you straight. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk to lofty folk. Well, Dens, that is Bellardo, my old friend and boss, died. And he left all he had, and he had a lot, mind you, to this Fidelio. Isn't Fidelio like the word for truth? This was kind of rude of him. There's no way to treat your friends. I get it, he left his useless son high and dry, and a good thing too. But his old friend? So I'm thinking, maybe you can step in and set things right? Intervene in the matter of inheritance? Or, I don't know. Who is this Fidelio? I wish I knew. I heard the name first. Hey, Gotsuka, how's it going? Good to see you. When Dens kicked it. Maybe Fidelio's a whore who put a smile on the face of his golden years, and so Dens decided to give them the whole kit and caboodle. Why did Dens leave you out of his will? Old age, you know. His head wasn't the same anymore. Yeah, that's got to be it. It was just too unfair to fly with him for 10 years and then get nothing for it. What do you want from me? You're a distinguished short. You can muscle in on this. You can talk to Chaplain, he's Den's executor, and ask about the will. Or maybe you can find Fidelio and have a talk with them too. I mean, who'd want an inheritance that's not rightfully theirs? More trouble than it's worth if you ask me. And trust me, old Dagon can be of service to you if you need anything. I know lots about footfall and other things. I can help with information. Get you some solid lads for the job. You can use a guy like me. Rabbit mobs, I am 100% expected to play that DLC. There's no way I'm going to finish this game by the time that DLC comes out, so we'll just hit it when it comes out. I'll consider it. Oh, I meant to hit. I consider that, but it doesn't close me out of the conversation. Okay, so apparently there's somebody else to talk to here. So who else? Is there anyone else here who looks suspicious? This person here, maybe standing on their own. The ladies could help you. We're just sending our good old Dens on his way. Okay, not this person. The clerk. There's another ceremony guest up here. DLC has only I'm not it's just been teased so far. Ceremony guest, servitor, ceremony guest. I don't think it's any of these ceremony guests. Yeah.
I always have a backup plan.
The fact there's a combat servitor here is worrying. Servitor. Okay, so if there's another person here, I can't see them. Just a necro themed teaser trailer and there's a little bit of art as well. I mean, the only clue I've got is this here. Repentance with a signature underneath Fid. That is a crap. Maybe a servitor did write it? Property of House Bellardo. The clerk has nothing to say to us. Oh, wait a minute. There's a lady hanging out back here. I only saw her because I was checking with Tab. Hello, Adelia. Who are you? This girl is dressed in Am I winning? I don't know. I'm trying to solve an inheritance battle, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Good to see you, Tyrion. The girl dressed in expensive clothes raises her sad little face to you and says in a serious voice, "Hello. Who are you? And what are you doing here?" "Hiding. I thought I was going to cry, and I didn't want anyone to see. My name is Adelia Bellardo. It's my grandpa in there, in the box. So there is another heir. If she's the granddaughter, is she the son's daughter?" Argetta's face softens. She reaches out and gently strokes Adelia's head. "The tears will pass, Adelia. The tears will pass, the strength will return, and the courage will never leave you." Adelia tries to smile, then just nods seriously. "If you don't wish to be fodder for your forefather, then sever his head, embalm it, and put it in your bed. Speak to him before you go to sleep, and after you wake up, and that way, he will stay with you." You'd have thought he'd have mentioned her. I feel like maybe he had another kid nobody knew about. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What? Don't listen to the lady. The lady is nuts. Properly off her rocker. Listen to your elders, eat your breakfast, don't cut off your grandpa's head. Where are your parents? My dad is Kaz Bellardo. Yes, her dad is that guy. He's with the other guests, and my mum ran away. She told me she hates dad and grandpa. I guess she hates me too, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't even miss her anymore. I miss grandpa. He was the nicest. Is Adira a female mirror? Maybe Adira, maybe. She presses her lips together, although Adira is also insane, just to warn you. Have you ever heard the name Fidelio? It's someone my dad is very mad at, but dad is always mad at everyone. At grandpa, mum, Dagon, chaplain. Modern problems require modern solutions. You're insane as well? Then maybe it is you. Did your grandfather ever mention the word repentance to you? He did. That word kept appearing in our house, and nobody knew who wrote it. It used to make grandpa happy when I was little. He always smiled when he saw it. But then, later, when I was a little bigger, and grandpa was already old, it stopped making him happy. He was sad. He would just sit there and stare at nothing, and then after that he got sick. When he got sick, the writing seemed to scare him. More and more of it appeared. Repentance, repentance, repentance. Even in his bedroom. One time, he pointed at that word and said something very weird. About dead eyes and about cobras going to class. Cobras going to class. Abalard, who's looking at it with sympathy in his eyes. What did you say? What did you say? Cobras going to class? Are you sure this is what your grandfather said? Of course I'm sure. When Grandpa was ill, I sat with him. And this one time he just started talking about cobras. I was sad, but it was just a little funny. Cobra, get to class, he said. Abalard strokes his beard. Perhaps. This is the old Navy officer talking, but I am almost certain he wasn't talking about a snake, but a Cobra class destroyer. Cobra, going to class, you see? Maybe. Someone left some strange words in the Book of Remembrance, as if they were from Fidelio. That wasn't your doing by any chance. Ha, that would have been a funny prank. But I don't play pranks. It was someone else. Maybe Fidelio did it very quietly. Or maybe it was someone who's not on the list, but also somebody nobody would suspect. I must leave goodbye. I feel like it's a servitor. I honestly feel like it's a servitor. Local servitor bearing the crest of the Administratum Services. Let's just talk to the chaplain again now that we have more information. I would like to discuss what I've been able to uncover in regard to the mysterious Fidelio. So Den's mentioned Fidelio and repentance. Yes, but what could it mean? I don't know just yet. Not long before his death, Den something much about dead eyes looking at him. That is strange. Who could have looked at him like that in his own home? Some errant servo skull that's passing by? Maybe him on a dying man's delusion. There is an entry in the Book of Remembrance about repentance. The writing looks fresh. Could Fidelio have left it? Huh, that's odd. I've been watching the guests. I know everyone here. You're not Fidelio, and no one else here's Fidelio, unless they're able to get in undetected. The area around the book is completely open. If Chaplain is telling the truth, and he really does know all the guests by sight, then the words could only be left by someone free running the courtyard, someone who wouldn't attract attention. It definitely seems to be leading towards a servitor to me. I have reason to suspect that someone here wanted to kill Fidelio. Of course they did, and they still do, and they will keep trying. The inheritance is no trifle after all, and the claimants don't exactly placid types. Maybe that is all I've been able to learn so far. I don't want to push them into the public yet. We're trying to maybe find out more. Maybe we can work this out together. Okay, that didn't help. Let's just check all of the servitors really quickly. There's another servitor down here.
About you.
Patch, property of House Bellardo. So 2 of them are property of House Bellardo. 3 of them are property of House Bellardo. 4 of them are property of House Bellardo, but 1 of them is owned by the Ecclesiarchy. No, the Administratum. I just want to see if he says anything about his daughter. Did your father ever talk to you about repentance? That's hilarious. Even Gold Chaplain doesn't let me tell me to repent. He gave up on that long ago. And my old dad, he gave up on that long before that. Wait, you mean that repentance? Those stupid ghosts or whatever? I'm pretty sure my father did himself, the silly little kook. Or maybe it was my daughter messing around. Where else could those words have come from? I'll be interested to see how this works out for you. I can't remember how it happened, but I recall a massacre in my playthrough. What words are you talking about? Oh, you don't know? Out of the blue, writing started appearing on the wall of our house. Just one word, repentance. Big, sprawling scribbles. I'm not going to submit to Slanesh, Die Bruderschaft. Okay? It's not happening. I'm not submitting to Slanesh. This is a non-heresy playthrough. This is a non-heresy channel. No Chaos God worshipping here. Unless potentially it's worshipping the Omnissiah, then maybe it might happen. The help kept whispering about it being the work of ghosts. But for the reason the old man didn't want to do anything about it, he told me not to. The writing amused him somehow. Whenever he'd see repentance scratching the wall, he'd just grin. You have Heresy and Xenos stream text. That's to warn them of what will happen to them if they show up. What did Bellardo die of? Age, debauchery, old wounds. By the end, my old dad was more implant than man, especially after the assassination attempt. This has come up again. People tried to kill me, see, about 12 years ago. Thank you for speaking with me. Okay. So I think it's tied to this... Oh, I haven't talked to this servitor.
Top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, local servitor, okay. I think it has something to do with this assassination attempt. I just haven't unlocked anything new here. No, okay. I feel like I'm missing something, as usual. Ceremony guest. We've got the servitors. We've got the chaplain. And I can't talk to the administratum clerk, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, what are we missing? We've got the book. We've got the corpse.
Let us not dawdle.
Blood for the clothes, skills for the skill through. Well, in combat, maybe. Yeah, there's nothing new we can pick up from the corpse. There's nothing we can pick up from Cass. I've spoken to Dagon. I've spoken to Chaplain. There is that one conversation option with the Chaplain I haven't gone down. I saw the teaser trailer, and now I don't know what to do. Should I continue my playthrough or should I wait for the DLC? I'm pretty sure that DLC is going to be for max level characters. I can't... There's nowhere to go, so there's no doors or anything. So, if this is the crematorium here, I can't get into it. There's no doorways that I can see to get into.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
I'd like to discuss what I'm able to uncover in regard to Mysterious Fidelio. Dan's mentioned Fidelio and repentance. I think I might know the answer. Clearly this desire to atone from the past, the influence of war penalty, it's settled in his bone. It could be a name, the name of a ship. I think it might be the name of a ship because he's talking about a Crowbar-class destroyer. The chaplain's eyes flashed momentarily. A ship called the Repentance. I'm not sure, but you might be right. Now that you've said that... Yes, this game is indeed a full-on RPG, with tactical combat. I've remembered an interesting detail. About 12 years back, there was an attempt on Denz's life. Not many could have even get close to him, let alone wounded him, but the assassin was a master of her craft. Denz was always a hardy fellow, and that's what saved him. That and his trusty implants. But the medics pretty much had to put him back together from scratch. When he finally emerged from the hands of the Sawbones, month after the attempted assassination... Hey, Miss Epps, good to see you. He kept chuckling about her being a sharp one, and that she was real angry with him for burning her father or her husband. I don't recall, and he was a ship captain. I vaguely remember the conversation, but I'm almost certain that the ship was called the Repentance, and that Denz even knew the name of the captain and the proud would-be avenger. The woman's name was Leona, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it sounded similar to Fidelio. So you think this woman is our Fidelio? It's my best guess. Let me remind you what he said. I owe Fidelio, if not for the Repentance. Who else could he be indebted to if not for the vengeful daughter or lover or whoever she was of the captain he killed? It would be a very Denz thing to do, to leave all the money not to his wimp of a son or his idiot first mate, but to the cunning lass who almost killed him. What happened to the woman? She got away after the attempt, but I know that Denz sent mercenaries after her almost immediately. Whether he found her or not, I do not know. It seems unlikely he did, because if he had settled the score with her, He wouldn't then go and put her in his will, would he? Well, this was clearly the repentance part. Seems so. If we guessed right, that all that's left is Fidelio and the will. Let's go over everything we know. Den supposedly left his possessions to Fidelio, a woman who wanted to take revenge on him for killing the captain of the ship Repentance. The word repentance is written in the Book of Remembrance, and the entry is new. Does that mean that our Fidelio is somewhere close by? We also know something about dead eyes, and the fact that the courtyard is completely open. I don't think an unknown person could have gotten in here and left us. I think she's been turned into a servitor. I think his mercenaries found her and turned her into a servitor. Well, Lady One Valancius, now it's all in your hands. I'm no sleuth and don't know what to do with all these clues. If you have some thoughts on Fidelia's whereabouts, find her. If not, come back to me. We still need to send Dens on his way and deal with the matter of his estate. Challenge all the clues have been found to unmask this mysterious figure. Are there any female-looking servitors? These are all looking like male body type. That's an Administratum one. I think this is an Administratum one as well. Yeah. This is another quite big one. It's this servitor here. This servitor here is different. This is a female servitor. Well, a female body type servitor. I think this might be Fidelio. That's just my hunch, but I think this might be Fidelio. Aha! If you didn't know what to look for, it would be so easy to overlook this servitor, which may have once been a woman. The servitor's implants, the mechanical nature of its movements, the empty gaze is all there, but I'm going to say repentance to her. Oh. The single word causes the servitor's body to twist in a violent spasm. Something akin to a sob or a growl builds in its throat, and its mechanical appendages jerk convulsively. Chaplain's tall figure appears next to you. So this is our heir, right? Our heir. Oh god. Our heir. Our heir to the throne, our heir. He pauses, mulling it over, and just as for the administrative clerk who gave the opening speech to approach. The inventory of Dens' possession. What does it say about this servitor? Let's see here. Let's see. One moment. Section B1740. Personal effects of the deceased. Subsection Servitors. Here it is. Oh, this is a rare one-of-a-kind unit. Commissioned personally by Mr. Bellardo 12 years ago. The main function of the servitor is cleaning the house, bathrooms, vegetables, bathrooms, and according to Master Bellardo's wishes. Its free will is completely eradicated, and the parts of its brain that regulated pleasure responses were destroyed. But to a large extent, its memory and awareness were preserved. Oh my god. That is so cruel. So he took away its free will, he took away its ability to feel pleasure, but left it with its memory and awareness, stuck in a body like that. Chaplain, is everything clear to you now? That is literal body horror. I believe so. Didn't I tell you that Dens, after he started this vicious attempt, sent a whole squad of mercenaries to hunt down the woman who tried to kill him? Looks like he found her. She was allowed to keep her memory and some semblance of awareness, so I suppose the mysterious running of her pendants, both here in the book and back at Dens' home, was done by her. The question remains, of course, is why Dens would decide to make the servitor his heir. I can't say the word, for some reason. This is either his last and cruelest joke, or an incredibly ham-fisted attempt to make amends on his deathbed. I'd like to believe it is the former. Can a servitor even inherit? The matter requires further investigation. We will have to go over the codices, bylaws, statutes, regulations from the last 400 years or so. But we'll find the answer sooner or later. That's such an administratum answer. Also, I don't think that this guy is smoking. So the administratum is the side of the Imperium that deals with paperwork. It is the bureaucracy of the paperwork, and it is one of the most. It takes the word bureaucracy and makes it all capitalized. Like getting anything done in the administratum is so difficult because it's like going to the DMV in hell a million times over. It is so difficult. Or we could ask Lady Lord Valencia to settle the matter in the name of her dynasty. This is footfall, after all. If a rogue trader says that a servitor can inherit, then that's how it's going to be. Summon everyone. It is time to decide the fate of Bellardo's estate. Chat, are you ready? And that of the heirs. As you wish, your ladyship. This ought to be good. Get ready to vote, chat, because it's up to you. I would ask the esteemed guest to stay a moment longer. I was going to announce Dens' last will and testament after he was delivered to the flames, but circumstances have dictated otherwise. And so, according to the deceased's will, all of Bellardo's fortune goes not to his worthless son Cass, not to his brainless mate Dagon, but to Fidelio, a mysterious new heir. However, I believe a certain party would like to intervene in this process. The chaplain looks straight at you and chuckles. So we have 5 options. Option 1, point at the servitor. Who among you knows this woman? What about the story of the ship named Repentance? I wish to hear it all. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually going to... Yeah, I think this is going to pick it. Option 2, I am the rogue trader Ferocian von Valencius, and as such, I am vested with complete authority on Footfall. I hereby exercise the authority by voiding the will of the pirate dens and confiscating his fortune in entirety. Option 3, we can pick it because we are an iconoclast. The only one here who should live dens is his granddaughter. She inherits his fortune. That's a very nice option. That's a very fluffy ending. When your text paper is considered literally holy text, yes, exactly. I find that Kaz Bellardo should inherit. That's option 4. Or option 5 is Dagon Dens as mate. Now, let's face it. None of you are going to pick option 4 or option 5, are you? None of you are going to give it to Kaz. None of you are going to give it to Dagon. So, 3 options, okay? Option 1, Servitor. Option 2, we take it. That's not going to go down well. Option 3, we give it to the young lady who is pretty innocent of the crimes of all the other people who are here. I'm really glad I don't have to pick this. What are you playing right now? I'm sitting iconic. So I'm a little bit, at the moment, I'm a little bit iconoclast, a little bit, basically Die Bruderschaft. I let chat pick for these options, which has made us a little bit of everything so far. The only thing they haven't been picking is the heretic options. They've been kind of falling between dogmatic and iconoclast, but we're not 100% anything. But yeah, so exclamation mark V1 when a vote starts for option 1, exclamation mark V2 for option 2, exclamation mark V3 for option 3. It is your decision on where this goes. That is the vote starting now. It'll take a second to kick into gear. Off you go. What are we voting for here? Straight in with vote 1.
Cheer 400.
Oh, thank you so much,
V3.
Kashmir. That's very kind of you.
Cheer 400. V3.
Oh my god, thank you so much for the cheer. I think you're the first person who's ever cheered on the channel. So no one's voting for option 2 so far. We've got 3 votes for option 1 and 2 votes for option 3. Ideal is a morally corrupt option. Servitor is the funny option. Thank you all for coming in to vote. I really appreciate it. It's only going to last for a minute, so if you want to vote, get your votes in soon. It's currently neck and neck on 4 votes to 4 votes, so if you're on the fence... Oh no, 5 votes for option 1 now. If you're on the fence, your vote will have an effect. TRM just going in there for the funny option, of course, TRM. Kashmir, we're now neck and neck on option 1 and option 2. Thank you, Kashmir. So you can vote on YouTube, you can vote on Twitch. It works on both platforms. But your vote literally matters right now. And at chat, I usually code 5 pick the worst, funniest options. So chat's been pretty good so far, honestly. Looks like we're going for the iconoclast option. 7 votes. 7 votes. 13 people voted. The voting is closed with 7 votes for option 3. Thank you very much to everybody who took the time to vote. I really appreciate you getting involved and taking part. I think it's really important that you get this. You want me to pick? Nah. I would only pick if it was a draw, money man. I kind of feel like, so the way I'm kind of playing it is that I will pick most of the options for the rogue trader, but every now and again the voice in her head just whispers and tells her, and she picks she's like got a little bit of, like, you know, she's been affected by the warp, she's had a demon living inside her for a little bit of time, she's not 100% right in the head, and this is when these things come to fact. We're going to pick the iconoclastic option. Adilio Bellardo is going to inherit the fortune. The name of the will is Fidelio, but Chaplain pulls a hefty skull of his back and tears to shreds. All his life, Den spat on laws. I think he'd understand. Heh, the old man sure as Thorn didn't expect this. The money is mine. Don't worry, sweetheart. Daddy will help you put your grandpa's riches to good use. Ew, I hate that. Kaz, you have finally gone deaf from all the drinking. The inheritance is Adilia's, not yours. If you make any attempt to coerce her, I, as Den's executor, will be forced to take steps. I would not mess with this chaplain. I would not mess with a man who goes to a funeral with a flamethrower on his back. This man has actually, like, also it's sermonized the ceremony with a flamethrower on his back. I would not mess with him. The road trader is actually slightly psychic. Chat in the voice of the warp. There you go. Oh, I see. All of you have it in for old Kaze. Well, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. Daddy, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I promise I'll be good. I'll give you all of Granddad's money. This is on you, chat. This is on you. You did this. If this man is about to shoot his daughter with a plasma pistol, I am not going to be happy. Shut your hole, brat. Listen up, all of you. Either this inheritance goes to me, or I blow this one's brains out. I'm going to count 1, 2. Can I not take actions? Can I not send Kabila? Probably just a Texas priest. I should have given him a Texas accent. Howdy, y'all. He's going to have a Texas accent for the rest of this. I can't take any actions. Repentance. Oh! Sobbing and crying her eyes out, Adelia, smeared with her father's blood, is shaking Cass's lifeless body. Dad! Daddy! Get up! I'll give you the inheritance! Howdy, y'all. Demons take you, Cass! Okay, I can't do a Texan accent. I'm gonna try anyway. Threatening to murder your own daughter at your old man's funeral was a new low for you. You were always a useless waste, even in your final moments. What happens to the girl now? She's got no one left now. Her mother ran off to the edge of the galaxy and her father, well, you saw it yourself. I'll look after her until she's grown up. I don't think I need to spell it out to you. A little girl with a tremendous fortune. Might as well pet a target on her forehead. If I take Adelia in, no one will dare hurt her, courtesy of the reputation that my turbulent past has earned me. And if they do dare, while I'm at it, I'll also help her not squander her whole fortune. Maybe even earn something extra both for herself and you. I think the best investment will be a merchant ship. I'll teach her the basis of voidfaring, find some reliable suppliers, pull a few strings in the administratum, and just like that, she'll have herself a decent enterprise. I'll venture a guess and assume you wouldn't say no to a supply network that is robust and loyal to none but House von Valancius. Leave the paperwork and other formalities to me. I'll contact your subordinates myself. Profit factor gained 4. Yes! Let's examine the servitor. The servitor that was once a woman is kneeling, motionless, and showing no signs of life. There are two charred holes where her eyes once were. Some malfunction must have burned its brain from the inside. Its face bears a peaceful spot. I know I can't do a Texas accent. I'm trying, okay? It ain't proper Texas. Darling, it's what it is. I couldn't even do that. That takes care of the inheritance. What do we do next? I'd like to say goodbye to my old friend. Okay, I didn't even know what that accent was. I imagine the crematorium has got its furnaces up and running already, but I feel it would be kind of sad just to shove Dans in there like that. He was known as Jerry Can Dans, and he loved having his enemies drenched in promethium and burned. I think it'd be a nice gesture to send him on his way in the same fashion. Thankfully, it's easy enough to procure a jerry can of promethium on footfall. Fitting. Want to stay and watch? With pleasure. Let's get started, I guess. This is a fun quest. No massacre for me, T-Ram. Sounds like you didn't solve the puzzle. If you had a massacre in your playthrough. The Emperor approves this accent. Now that's how you bury a guy. Bless your heart. Yeah. Now I'm just a simple chicken. But bless you. Maybe we should go. Maybe we should have gone for more of that. My reference for Texan accent is apparently the chicken lawyer from Futurama. That does appear to be the reference. Okay, that is the end of that quest by the looks of it. What's Kaz got on him? A plasma pistol, which we already have, and leather armor. I'll grab the plasma pistol. I won't bother with leather armor. I sent him the blood to steal the reward, I think. Okay, let's just do a quick save so I don't have to go through that again. And let's continue on with our adventures on Footfall.
Always have a backup
What a
plan.
random little side quest. Oh, how do I get up here? Can I just click that? Is there a way to get... Oh, there is a way to get up there. How did I miss that? Where are you going, Kibala? Oh, apparently I can loot it through the wall, okay? We know he was tactical to us. Decent southern Midwest, nice, at least to me. Okay, cool. I thought it was an absolute atrocity, so I'm glad to hear that it wasn't totally terrible. Alright, what's going on over here? Peer the eyes of the enemies of... Oh my god, there's Xenos in cages here. Why are they still alive? Xenobestus unknowus. Behavior. Cruelty, trickery, rampant mating, habitat void. Doesn't need air. Diet. Rocks. Fears the Emperor and fire. Who is in charge here? Is it you? Caged live Xenos. The young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashionable clothes are practically new and his hair is well groomed. What ruins the impression is the pruny scrubbing of oil stains from his leaky implant and the fit of his jacket, which was clearly made for someone else. He gives you a beaming smile and his voice ringing. Your ladyship, what an incredible honor! This humble collection is hardly likely to impress you, a rogue trader, conqueror of stars, but is the best one on Footfall. What kind of collection is this? Dangerous, vicious, ruthless xenobeasts, caught red-handed, as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium. But right now they are harmless. Our cages can withstand their rage, but I wouldn't recommend getting too close. Lore Xenos. These aren't Xenos, they're mutants in makeup. The man smiles dims, but only for a moment. Decent accent and absolute atrocity are not mutually exclusive. See Massachusetts. Okay. The man smile dims. Not Xenos, you say? But I'm sure there must be some mistake. I'll check their shipping list myself, rest assured. So they've just put some mutants in cages. Okay. I demand this abuse be stopped. A dangerous woman. No, kill them all. I'll buy the captives. Presses all the buttons to jolt the exhibits. Do you know what I see? Heresy. The exhibit must burn. I guess I could buy them and free them. But I don't, like... The thing is, I'm a noble, okay? I don't really have time for mutants. They may not be Xenos, but they are mutants. And if you speak to the Ecclesiarchy, what they say is burn the mutant and the heretic. Vote 6. Press and hold the button that sits a child. Simge. So, like, burn the mutant, burn the heretic. Ugh. The iconoclast in me wants to let them go. You know what? You guys get to pick. I'm gonna let you vote again. So, it's just too many options for voting, I think. What is that? What is the teach them to cage dance option? That's, there's no, that's this one here, the press all the buttons to send the thing. What was the option at the top of this? What top actually is this? V8, just leave. You don't want to get involved with this. I will buy them from you. Profit factor lost. Oh no, I wish I hadn't done that. Okay, that was a stupid mistake. I should not have bought the people, but whatever. At least they're not being tortured anymore. They say the cogs kidnap people on footfall and sacrifice them on their station near the star. Okay. So there might be Road Mechanicus around. There's a herald here, but I can't talk to him. Well, there's a lot of goods lying around here. We'll just steal all these. Let's grab all this stuff. That looks like a thing from Soma, that I think I just looted. Oh, there's a lot of guards here. I think we may have found where the Liege lives. There's a big crowd here. I can just walk past them because I'm a noble.
Because Ballardo trades Xeno artifacts on footfall. They're fairly blatantly at that. And the Ordo Xenos is in no hurry to rectify the situation.
For reasons in science, yes. In fact, just buying them is a kind of low-effort, ethical-ish, rich person, lazy method. Depends what I do with them afterwards, I suppose, but yes, it is.
I always keep my options
Okay,
open.
this guy's a pretty nice-looking place, actually. Who's this guy with the pink coat? That's... Oh, wow, now that is a portrait. This could be a high-level administratum official. Oh, no, this is Vladim. Okay. Vladim took care of the Liege. My patience. You remember the way out. I'm going to give him a really bad Russian accent, just FYI. Very bad Russian accent coming up. My patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. Oh, okay, we've got a lady called Jay now as well. Oh, we've got a space pirate. The space pirate has arrived to the game. Just looking at her, this outfit screams protagonist to me. She is the protagonist of her own story, and I'm pretty sure she'll be forcing her way into the party pretty quickly. Now, what accent will she have? Jamaican? I cannot do a Jamaican accent. Cannot do a Jamaican accent. If I try to do a Jamaican accent, it will just sound really racist. The only thing I can say in Jamaican that sounds even remotely like a Jamaican accent is Biakan. No, for her, what's her accent going to be? I need to give everyone accents, really. I'm not going to try for an accent for her yet. Vladim. Why does Z put such words into your mouth? Like, you remember an Arabic one? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman who is standing with her back to you lets out an ostentatious sigh, then her tone changes dramatically. Where is my cargo, Vladim? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friend these days. So you don't remember? Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. I like doing silly accents. I hope you're here for the silly accents. Hey, move. Jay, get going while it's letting you. Go drown your sorrows in Damascus, and thank your lucky stars you're able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time. I like her 2 pistols. It'd be cool if she was a gunslinger. Find the disgraced stranger in the Adaptus Damascus bar. First an insult and now threats. I see courtesy intact and no longer violent commodity on footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. Oh, she's a rogue. She's a rakish rogue. The most rakish of rogues, for sure. The tall man, who has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. Vladimir Tokara, Liege of Footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. I was expecting a more welcome or befitting a visit from a rogue trader, not a scene. My apologies. It was no sin of disrespect towards your esteemed personage. Please allow me to prove it. While you're engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Tokara. His expression is aloof and focused. His gestures curt and firm. His speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he has to say. Judging by his observant gaze, he's been studying you this entire time. Vladim straightens in his chair and says in a polite and completely indifferent tone, "Let us talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences. Lady von Valancius, we mourn Lady Theodora's... I've lost the accent. Lost. And we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. A reply in High Gothic. I accept your condolences. He gives you a long look, then says calmly, I am not versed in the language of the aristocracy, but I do hope that you didn't say anything unsavory. Either way, you've established a certain distance between us, and I will make note of it. It was a bold move on your part to announce yourself as a new rogue trader of the Valences dynasty, despite not yet having your status confirmed by anyone of import from the Imperium. I appreciate such traits in people. It's good to understand who you are dealing with. I've heard much about your rare acumen. We have a Russian mob boss almost, or should I say, about the profoundly impressive results you have managed to achieve by using it. I have always had a fondness for individuals who can, he's turned Jamaican, who can destroy their enemy or gain a powerful ally with just a few well-phrased sentences or precisely issued orders. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Like a low Arnold, its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yours. His accent is just wandering all over the place. Who was that woman the wardens threw out? A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Hadiri, a small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end. Those Russian Jamaican hybrids. Look, I'm having fun. Lore Imperium test succeeded. It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name. She is irrelevant. Since I am the one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents. I was attacked right at the docks. An outrageous stunt. A show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters, impossible to predict or preempt. They simply happen. Won't go to this one. I wish one of the Chaos Gods, though. I'm sorry my accent is amazing. I'm trying. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den. But believe me when I say that there is a difference between organized crimes of, it's getting really happy now, gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You are attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even the leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser, who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later we will find him and have him strung up. That will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm. His words sound both confident and calm. It seems he really isn't terribly worried about some band of Voidman rats. Sorry for the loss of your assistant. What? Oh, yeah, so death was a regrettable development. I'm joining the unexpected RPG. Really, it is an RPG. Has Proctor Anther visited you recently by any chance? Shortly before you did. He was interested in certain sensitive information which I happen to possess. And he also required access to the dock cogitators for containing logging and administrative data. Naturally, I offered my full cooperation and provided the esteemed arbitrators with a designated area of the docks where they could work away from the bustle and din of the crowd. I assume that is where the Proctor is at the moment. What is the situation in the region? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe roads are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by the enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Kronos Expanse have departed for the Sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There's been no word for them for a while now. Then again, in this distance of the current issues with the astropaths, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Yes, we're a Pirate Haven space station, mishaps. It's run by a criminal organization, but it is technically, in inverted commas, an Imperial base. Still, we are not alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we've received reports of fierce warriors who descend from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that they are the blessed Adeptus Astartes, are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Warning, Adeptus Astartes have been spotted in this area. Commonly known as Space Marines, the genetically engineered super soldiers are the most powerful and ferocious warriors of the Imperium. This is pre-Primaris Space Marines as well, so there are no Primaris Space Marines around, from what I understand. Have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall? No. Nay, there haven't. Attacking Footfall as general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even going to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamelessly hidden from their station's custom officials. For us here, Xenos are more a source of income than a threat. Vladium freezes, gauging your reaction. Okay. You want to vote? How do we react to him mentioning the fact that he deals in Xenotech. He just complete niet. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Dr. Vedic. Niet. For us here, Xenos are more a source of income than a threat. That's better. I'm only going to give you the option of these 3 options, okay? I'm only going to give you dogmatic, iconoclastic, or heretical. So it's dogmatic. You should consider your words more carefully. A mission like that sounds dangerously close to heresy. Iconoclast. I do not approve of fear of Xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. Heretical. There's no shame in selling one's trophies for profit. So dogmatic is 1, iconoclast is 2, and heretical is 3. I like to design this, but my suggestions are good. Listen, I just got some name. That is actually great. So dogmatic 1, iconoclast 2, heretical 3. Okay. Let's do a quick vote. I'll let you pick the option here. Vote start. For any of these, I'm trying to get you guys to bring in. I'm not going to let you vote for option 5. It's only options 2, 3, and 4, which are options 1, 2, and 3. Right, go. I'm curious to see what you pick. Remember, V1 for dogmatic, V2 for iconoclast, V3 for heretic. Abelard, commit heresy. Oh, you got it slightly mixed up, Rabbit. It needs to be exclamation mark V2. You've still got time to register the vote if you want to. We've got 2 votes. We've got a lot of votes. Okay, the votes are piling in for all sorts of different things. At the moment, option 2 is winning with 4 votes. Everything else has 2 votes. That's going to change pretty quickly, I think. Votes are still coming in. It takes a couple seconds for the poll on the screen to update. There we go. 6 votes for option 2, 2 votes for option 1, 2 votes for option 3. I think it's pretty clear as to what is going to win here. 7 votes for option 2, Squeen Winner. But Zimch. It might be a middle finger. I wouldn't call it a what you just called it. Yeah, okay. It looks like the iconoclastic option is going to handily win this vote. Thank you all for weighing in on that one. I do not approve of fear of Xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. Yet, I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way. What sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the Calixtus sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the maw in the recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades of real space-time. He's got a bit French. Lore warp test failed. You're well aware that the warp is unpredictable, its fluctuations are common, and even unexpected occurrence. I'm not able to rely on my party here because it's just me in the room. I don't know much about the warp. Duh. And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station naturally has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall will be obliged if House Valenthius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. I can't be the only one you've asked for help. Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders, but the terms of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry. And as for the esteemed Caligula's winter scale, instead of a food shipment for him, I received a transport, the Navica, packed with refugees. I had sent them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I can't be mean in RPGs, I just feel bad. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale, and so I put my faith in you, the third, and last, of Footfall's allies. If you are so fond of my acumen that none insult putting on a brave face now, we both know you have far greater need of me than I have of you. I don't see any reason to insult this guy. What are the terms of this deal? It is simple. Deliver your food shipments from your fertile words, Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with the jewel of the Von Valencia's protectorate. In exchange for fair payment. Get on your knees and ask properly. The payment will be unfair as I will be robbing you blind, but you will remain in charge. We have a deal. Very well, I will help you with food shipments. Iconoclast. I will help Footfall. No, I'm not going to give food away for free. I am not that much of an iconoclast. I think I'm going to pick option 3 because I don't want to make an enemy of this gang that is powerful enough to run an entire station. I think treating them with respect here will pay dividends in the future. So I'm going to select the very well, I will help you option. Yes, 3 exactly Rabid Maps. That's exactly where I'm going. Valem takes a quips from his glass. I am immensely obliged, your ladyship. I assume you're going to need time to get shipments up and running. I can wait. On my end, I promise you complete cooperation with your endeavors. I would like to know more about the Anvers. I have been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet. As detrimental as they are no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatters. Other matters demand my attention. We'll explore. Then I will not take up any more of your time. Okay, rejoice. Okay. That's us done here. Let's head back out. We should probably head back to the ship to cure Abalard's... Oh. Lord Captain, I am pleased to report that inspections have been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart footfall. The crew is waiting for further instructions, and there are a number of issues that need to be addressed. I've received word from Proctor Solomon Anthar, the arbitrator whose squad retrieved Rykon Minoris. He has requested an audience with you and said he'll be waiting at the footfall docks. Okay, sounds like we're about to get the Proctor as well.
Is there money to be made?
There's always money to be made. That goes without saying. Oh, there's a man here. Bastian Corda. Oh, Corda! A welcome young man calls out to you. He's clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, and a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Your ladyship, I humbly ask for a minute of your time. I am Bastian in Demera Bastal Corda, youngest cousin of House Corda, envoy of Incendia Bastal Corda, rogue trader, of the Kronos Expanse by the grace of the most holy emperor. Corda, There are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Kronos Expanse, but not on footfall. This station is under control of House Winterscale. Something tells me you're about to hear the most curious offer. What do you wish to speak with me about? A matter of utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladimir most certainly appealed to you of assistance in the arrangement of shipments to footfall. The Von Valencia's protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main aggregate Janus. It would be odd for him not to seize on such an opportunity when footfall is on the verge of famine. This is not the place to have this conversation, Bastian. However, the Corda dynasty pursues its own interests on footfall. We have already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling, I imagine, in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corda dynasty believes that cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. I don't know where this accent's going. If you refuse Vladimir, thereby force him to agree to deal with us, the Corda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everybody benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should become more concerned with carrying his will through the stars and less with divvying up profit among themselves, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperial's worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. The accent is weaving. I don't trust this. Yes, I don't trust this either. They're coming again. Brothers are the ones who came before. I just don't get it. Do they all have a death witch? Draw my weapon. I appreciate the warning, Adira. I trust her. What? Bastian stares at you in surprise, then turns around. Oh, yeah, Adira was right. I think they're already down here, camera. Yeah. Oh, and he's dead. I'll get help.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Okay. Okay. Go female me. Alright, we've got a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies. This side of the battlefield is clear of enemies, but we have quite a lot over here. I'm just looking out for anyone named, because they're usually the scary ones. Doesn't look like anyone is named this time. We also got some people over here. Okay. Adira will come... So who's activating first? It's going to be Pascal. Pascal can snipe from back here. So I'm pretty sure he has got line of sight on people from back here. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I want to bring Pascal up to here and he can take cover behind this lion. I think I'm going to leave him back here for now. We'll move him if he doesn't have line of sight. Alright, then we've got me. I kind of need to be... I can kind of chill back here because I can use my Servo Skull swarm to actually help people out. Chat. Twice Dead Lanny. Where the hell is Twice Dead Lanny? Anver Thug, Anver Thug. I don't see a Twice Dead Lanny all the way back here. He's a sniper. Cool. He sounds like an asshole. Alright, next up my Servo Skull. I'm gonna put my Servo Skull like in the middle of all the people if I can. I can't give my Servo Skull a movement, or I can, just a very small one. Well, let's just leave it there then. Next up, Abalard. Let's put him in cover over here. So he doesn't get shot to death. Argenta, I want her in cover over here. She should survive long enough to make it. Kibala, she's going to take care of these guys over here. Adira, I don't really have a place for her. I'm going to put her over here, and her Cyber Raven will move with her. Cyber Raven can start off over here. Okay, let's start the battle.
Hold on.
Hang on a sec. Oh, of course he was the one who went first. She's going to go down before the combat starts again, isn't she? Okay. Rename him to Permadeath. Yes, Abalard. Rename him to Permadeath. So Adira now has a Cyber Raven because she has leveled up to an Overseer class. And I now have a Servo Skull Swarm because I've also leveled up to that class. Everyone is in a new class. Chat, I'll leave you floating here. Okay. Abalard is going to set up... So first of all, does he have line of sight on anyone? Okay, he can shoot these guys over here, but he can't hit any of these guys over here. I think that's fine for now. I can put him in cover here, and he'll have a better shot. So I'm going to move him to here for now. Then I'm going to activate Perfect Spot. I've got 3 AP left. I'm going to activate Hunt Down Prey, and I'm going to select this guy here. This guy here. There's a much... I'm going to select the Heavy Thug Anvar. That's Cogboy, not Abalard. Sorry, Pascal. Me and names. Then I'm going to... I want to do a area of effect plasma overcharge shot, which is 2 AP, which means I have 1 AP left. With that 1 AP, there's not really anything I can do. So I think I'm just going to fire the shot. I'm going to do an AoE attack on all of these guys here. Didn't manage to kill any of them, but I have another shot. So I'm going to shoot this guy at the back. Missed him, unfortunately. And that's the end of Pascal's turn. Okay, that guy did not shoot Argenta, which means she is going to make it through this turn. So Argenta, I want to put Argenta in cover here, but that's not going to work for her because Kibala is in the way. She's already taken a lot of damage. I'm pretty much going to put her in cover, going to medkit her, and then I'm going to shoot some baddies. So we're going to use a medkit, which means at 2 of her AP.
Injuries will not slow.
And then I'm going to rapid fire in this direction.
I'll do it.
That's 1 guy dead. Okay, we got 1 enemy there, which is fine for our first turn.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay, at least she's in cover now. That's fine. You can shoot that guy, and the guard can take the hits. That's fine. Shoot your friend in the back.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, Argenta always means business. And that was even... Argenta didn't even get to do her full turn there. Argenta's usually a lot scarier. Okay. So we now have 2 new abilities on Adira. We can Sentry Deprivation people. So it makes the target take a willpower resistance test. If they succeed, they get blinded. If they fail, they get blinded and bad things happen. Really, really nice. Okay? We also have the ability to relocate the Cyber Raven. And if I cast an ability on the Cyber Raven, it will cast on everybody around her. So if I, for example, first of all, move her into cover here.
I know what is to come.
Now, I need to just check how much AP. This is going to cost me 1. This is going to cost me 1. That leaves me with 2 AP. So if I relocate the Cyber Raven, where can I relocate it to? Can I, okay, I can relocate it to here. So I put it here.
Quiet, Whispers! It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Yeah, we've got the Servo Skull. I've got a Servo Skull. Then I'm going to cast Sentry Deprivation on it, which will cast Sentry Deprivation on this thug, and this thug.
Was that
Okay,
you?
so they now all have Sentry Deprivation on them. So just to show that, his weapon skill is now 1, his ballistic skill is now 1. 1 and 1. So they've all failed the test. This guy, yeah, they've all failed. So they all now basically got no stats at all. Then I'm going to give Argenta a dodge bonus. Yeah, that is an insanely good power. Then I'm also going to cast... Oh, okay, that's not going to do what I think. It's not going to project on everybody. So I'm just going to set this guy on fire.
Will do. Farewell.
And also kill... Okay, overkill. Massive overkill. No, just the enemies. It doesn't hurt the Void. Now, that was a little bit of overkill because I killed 2 of the guys that I debuffed, but we're just trying it out. Next turn, we'll move this over. We're going to move it over to this guy, and we're going to try and do it to dead guy Lenny.
Show me what you got.
Cyber Ravens are awesome.
I'm enraged.
Oh, Argenta's getting angry. Not going to happen, I'm sure. Grenade. Okay, that was a stun grenade on Argenta. Right, Abalard is up. I'm going to charge him at this guy here. He can make it to... Okay, we can move him first. I always forget that I can move him. So I'm going to move him over to here.
My place is at the 4.
Then we're going to charge him. I want to charge him into the thick of the enemy. So I'm going to charge this guy. We're going to activate... I want him here, actually. Even if he can't get an attack in, I want him here. So I'm going to charge him to here. Playing Sniper because my service skills come. I'm doing the exact same thing. I've got 2 AP left. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to do a sweep attack on these 3 guys here.
Victory is imminent.
And then we're going to brace for impact.
It will be done.
Okay, Kibala is up next. Kibala is going to deal with these guys. So she now has where it hurts. If the target of the execution's next successful attack is suffering from any damage or time effects, they're not at the moment. So we're just going to jump into here. Why can I not leap to here? Oh, no. Okay, actually sort of move here first.
And your blade and shield.
Then we're going to do a slice on these two.
As honor or death.
And that kills both of them. And then I'm going to jump to here. God, she's so good. And then I'm going to dance to kill this guy.
See it done. Caught by the web.
And then I'll jump to here.
I shall not fail.
Okay, this guy's a lot tougher. We'll jump to here.
Killing.
And that's him dead.
Brings me no pleasure.
And then we'll put her. Then I'll put her in cover here.
Death comes in silence.
Death Cult assassins are insane.
No.
I could jump her forward, but I'm just gonna leave her in cover for now. That's a pretty good turn for her. Good work, Abalard. All right, I'm now up. So now I can do the same thing that Kibala can do, but to all my party members through my servo skull. Janice must hate Kibala with a burning passion. Yes, just blood everywhere. Alright, so we're going to relocate my servo skull swarm. Oh, okay, can't go quite as far. Where can I move to first? There's nowhere really I can move to that's in cover, but I do need to move forward to actually buff people. So I want to take a risk. I'm going to move to here.
I don't need luck.
I hope the range does the work for me. Then I'm going to move my servo skull as far forward as I can. I may have not done a good job with it. Yeah, I can only affect Argenta right now, which is unfortunate. I am going to buff Argenta, however, set her up for a pretty powerful turn next turn. Unfortunately, I've put Abalard in the way of her shots, which is a little bit frustrating, but we can work around that. So I'm going to, you serve me her.
I'll see to it, personally.
Then I'm going to voice of command her.
On it.
Yes. Then I'm going to Heir of Authority her.
It's as good as done.
The servo skull is indeed named Chat, yes. I thought it was pretty funny. Then I'm going to move her. I don't have the autocannon on her anymore. Okay, I can't move her because she's stunned, I think. Yeah, okay, I can't give her extra actions because she's stunned, which is extra frustrating. What if I did it? I can't do the servo skull either. Okay, that's really annoying. I can't give anyone extra actions this turn. Can I give myself an extra move? No, I could give Adira an extra action, though. Let's move her forward if I can. No, I got a better bolt gun. Unfortunately, the damage on it just wasn't high enough. Oh, I moved her out of range, damn it. Okay, I'll just take a shot then. I'm going to try and finish off this guy. I hit the server. Did I hit the Cyber Raven? I did, okay.
Scared yet?
This guy's a problem. A big problem. Oof, that was a big hit. Nice work, Tachyon. Good work, guard. Okay, Pascal's up next. I don't think Pascal can hit anybody from here. Pascal can, but the shot stops here. So I'd have to move him forward and rebuff him if I wanted to use his thing. I could move him to here, and he'd have shots. He'd have a shot here. So I'll move Pascal to here. I'm going to reactivate Perfect Spot. I'm going to Bounty Hunter this guy here. And then I'm going to drop an AoE plasma shot right here. And then I've got a second... I don't have the second shot. In that case, I'm going to exploit weakness on... Can I exploit weakness on this guy? I'm going to exploit weakness on Tricep Landing. And that's the end of Pascal's turn.
Let's make it quick.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Okay, Argenta is up. Oh wait, Argenta lost her turn because she was stunned.
I'm here, maggot.
She's blind and has no weapon skill or ballistic skill, so I'm not worried about her. Okay, Dira is up next. Let's move her Cyber Raven here.
Let's see what you can do.
Oh, this is going to be really dumb. Then I'm going to blind every single person on the battlefield. Oh, I can't.
That is not
no
my
line of
destiny.
sight. Okay, we'll just move her to here. And then we blind the whole... This is actually overpowered as hell.
But of course.
Hey, Ecclesiastically like her. So now everybody is blinded. Which just feels really unfair. And who's the biggest threat here? We'll set them on fire. Anvar Thug. Armored Anvar back here. We'll set them on fire.
Was it you?
And summon some demons. Oh dear. That doesn't sound good. And we'll give a dodge bonus to me.
Anything else?
And that's... Well, she can also do an Inferno, but unfortunately Abalard's in the middle of that Inferno. I don't want to hurt him. How do you hit? You must have passed the test. Abelard. These people have no weapon skill.
Prove my metal.
Abalard,
Okay.
not you.
Well, that fixes the problem of Abelard being in the way. Also...
Abalard, not you.
Okay, Kibble is up next. I could dance Kibble into all of this. I think I'm going to.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
He just got Sniper ready to work on him, unfortunately. I'm not going to quite kill this guy with one hit. But then we're going to jump to here.
As the tenets demand.
And that's both of them dead. Then we're going to... We don't have any more jumps left. So I'm going to bring her back into cover. And she's back and she's safe out of line of sight. Okay, I'm back in action. I don't have cover, unfortunately. I should have range for this. If I put myself here, would I have range for this? I really want to put myself over here. I might just move myself to here.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Then I'm going to move my servo skull to
I'll
here.
see to it personally.
Okay, now, if I do this to the servo skull, it'll affect everybody in range.
I'll make it happen.
And then I'll do this. Then I'll give an extra turn to Argenta. And I'm going to just do a single shot on this guy, I think.
Notice for the weak, strike is a prayer.
Cool. And then I want to give her... That's all she's going to do this turn. And then you get an extra turn as well? Is that really how that works? So I just gave 2 extra attacks to 2 different party members using chat. In that case, can I burn both of these guys? Yeah.
Will do. Stop it.
Oops. Okay, everyone just got knocked over. They didn't die. It's fine. We just had the slight perils of the warp situation, and everyone got knocked over by that happening. I want to give Agenta an extra turn, but now I can't.
Let's get to it.
Okay, Twice Atlante's moving up. That was the guard who just died. Pascal doesn't have a shot on anybody, unfortunately. So I'm just going to move Pascal forward. And then he can buff everybody's weapons. And I will exploit weakness on Lenny again. And then I'm going to activate Bounty Hunter on him, I guess. And I'm also going to activate Joint Analysis. So that gives everyone exploit. And that's all he could do. Right, Argenta is over. Idira is over. Everyone's back up on their feet.
Let's get to it. Hold on.
Oh, look at all these guards who just come out of the woodwork. But Kibble can't really help this turn. I'll send her around this way in case she gets a flank. But that's really all she can do. She needs more movement speed. Really badly. Okay. I am going to give Argenta an extra turn here, I think. But first we'll buff. There's not really any buffs. Everyone is already buffed by me. Yeah, that was really gross. So I'm just going to give Argenta the extra turn.
Here's my perfect moment.
Now, is this cover? It is. But I do have a shot on this guy from here. So we're going to move to here. I'm going to activate Rapid Fire.
I'll do it.
I'm going to activate Revel and
As
Slaughter.
the Emperor commands, I act.
And then I'm going to Burst Fire this guy. I'm probably not going to kill him. It's probably not going to hit him.
I'll do it.
Okay, we're just suppressing him right now. And we'll end her turn there. Then I'm going to give Idira a free move. I can't. I'll give Pascal a free
Who
move.
if not me?
And I'll move him... He can't really go too far. I'll move him to here. Oh, wait. I gave myself a free move. I meant to give Pascal a free move. You know, it's 2 accuracy on display. It's just because the guy's in super cover. Okay. Argenta's turn is over. Then I'm going to give you a free action, Idira. And with that free action, I'm going to get you to move your Psy Raven as close to this guy as you can. Which is not very far. Oh, that's the wrong button. Move your Psy Raven so he's in range.
Quiet, whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna.
And then I want you to blind him. And now he is blinded. Can you set him on fire from here? You can.
On it.
Okay, he's now blinded and on fire. And that will do for your free turn. Now it's Pascal's actual turn. No, this is Pascal's free turn as well. Was end his turn. And then my turn is now over. And now he's on fire and blind. He shot chat. He shot chat. Okay, it's Pascal's real turn. I have a shot on him from here. So I'll activate Perfect Spot. And I'm going to hit him with an overcharged plasma shot. How many stacks do we have? We have 1 stack of plasma cell overheating. So I'm going to hit him with an overcharged plasma. For 30 damage. Nice. And we will expose weakness on him. I can't. Okay. That was the end of the turn. Okay, Argenta next. Argenta has a shot on him and he's out of cover.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
So we'll pop rapid fire.
Commands,
We will do a 3 reload.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
So random to represent damage to chat. Can you imagine? And then we're going to open up on him.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor.
Can you imagine just letting rip on rapid fire with a bolt gun inside a space station? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Okay, that got a bit messy, but we're fine. And now there's just guards outside. Let's check out this dead body. We've got a gas cloud. I use my grenades more often, actually. I'm pretty bad at using grenades. I think the only person really... Oh, thank you, Zaka. Okay. Anver's notes from the atrium. Sector 2, watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. There is a chain axe here. That might be something that Abalard could use. We've also got a stun grenade. And we've got... scrap chainmail, which I'm not interested in.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
I was just listening to Abalard talk. I think this chainsword is a direct upgrade for him. This thing has... This one has an extra attack which increases armor penetration for all something attacks made against the same target. But this... Axes have a special attack that inflicts bleeding. Chain weapons deal plus 25% crit damage. Hello, puppy. I think I'm going to give him the chain axe, which is just metal as hell. X and shield. Let me just sort the dog out. She just wants to go out. She wants to go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second. Let's hammer pen, but bleed. Yeah, I think I like the bleed because that works well with Kibala, who gets bonuses against enemies that are bleeding. Give me just 2 seconds. I'll be right back. What do you do? I'm back. I have to get up again in a second to let her back in, but I'm back for the moment. Yes, chain axe is such a heretical coded weapon. Yeah, it is a cornet weapon. But it is also much better drip, and I think that's very important. Okay, I'm going to get everybody back to the ship to heal them up, because at the moment we've got quite a lot of wounds on the party. Well, actually, the only wound is on Abalard, but he is also fatigued, which is maybe why he went down in that fight. But I think I'm just going to go back to the ship, heal everybody up, find out what's going on. I kind of want to... I actually don't want to go back to the ship yet. I'm actually not wanting to do that. So I am going to just heal him.
Torments you.
I don't want to use that, though.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Okay, I'll get rid of his broken ribs. Oh, no, it won't because it's a wound. Yeah, okay, it's a full wound. I keep forgetting I get full wounds now because I'm playing on harder difficulty. Let me just sort out my medkits. Because a few people are missing medkits. Dira hasn't got any.
No can do.
She can't use them. Okay, you have these 2 knives that do dot damage for kibbles. Maybe an offhand set. That's a good idea. Type in sending order. Okay, knives. Balanced maul. Spinner's blade doesn't do bleed. Serrated mono knife does do bleed. This knife has a chance to inflict bleeding. So that can go in her offhand, yeah. It doesn't do as much damage, but if it inflicts bleeding, that's actually quite nice. So she's got the mono knife in her offhand. What else do I have? That's the sword. Silent Verdict is a two-handed sword. That's it, really. I've just got the one serrated mono knife, but that's actually a really good point, Daedra. Thank you for pointing that out.
Terror shines for us.
I don't really want to go back to the ship, but I feel like we've done everything here. Okay, let's head to the rest of Footfall. We'll head out of this area. I want the whole party to do that, though, not just Argenta, who's now just sprinted off on her own. Actually, is there anything going on back here? No, looks like we're just running through here. There's nothing. There's a cogitator, though. Let's have a quick check on this cogitator.
My success is irrefutable.
What's up here?
Not dawdle.
There's an athletics check at 60% to jump over. If I fail this, we'll take more damage.
I failed.
I'll learn from this
Okay,
mistake.
we're definitely going back to the ship after this.
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
Okay, I should not be failing this many 55% jumps.
The vis.
There we go.
This is intriguing.
Would he be proud?
Ooh.
Am I?
Great sword. Not very interested in the great sword. Commander's monocle. Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's voice of command ability takes an extra attack, takes attack during an extra turn, this attack deals an extra plus 18% damage. I must have put it in cargo. This sounds pretty nice, the Commander's Monocle. I'm not too worried about the Great Sword, but I'll take it. War gear. What is this? Oh, what have I just found?
Over.
The numerous wounds and injuries indicate that this was a particularly brutal murder. The letters A and V are carved into the victim's shoulder blade. Okay, so we found a murder scene. So we've got a parse. Okay. We're definitely going back to the ship, I'll tell you that much. Now you have a left monocle up. Sadly, I cannot put both monocles. I can only equip one monocle at a time. I cannot equip both monocles. As much as I would love to. Okay, we're just going to get out of here.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We left behind a casing chest plate. Armor 40%. Armor deflection 2. 3% of enemy attacks. Attack will reduce incoming damage by 30%. We left behind Sin Skin, which is just high dodge. We left behind an Auspex. Gives a plus 10 bonus to awareness. Don't think I've got room. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want any of this. Okay, we're gonna go back. Can we go back to the ship from here? Or do I have to go back to? Oh no, I have to go back to. I have to go back to the Void Dock and then go back to the ship. Now I'm gonna have to speak to the Proctor with really badly damaged stats. Maybe I didn't pick up the prison shank. Okay, let's just get back to the ship ASAP. There's a bunch of people waiting for us to talk to us at the docks, though. Like a lot of people waiting to talk to us at the docks. Oh god. Heinrichs is here. A familiar figure turns to you. Heinrichs von Kalox, interrogator of Ordo Xenos, bows his head respectively. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator. What a surprise. Did you, perchance, leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Vines, Versarian. I don't habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. Greetings, interrogator. To what do I owe the pleasure of this latest visit? Only our mutual duty to humanity. It is that duty that demands that I disturb your peace once more. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rykard Minoris. I also received some information. Oh yeah, mishap. She misfired a Chaos Space Marine. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movement and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we are assuming were involved in the theft of the stars, and some Dark Elder stole a star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds. This time yours, Lord Captain. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calzar, whose duty is to stand sentinel of the Coronis Expanse, the rogue trader of House von Valencius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until it is decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. All I get from that is ridding ourselves of the snitch will be easy. I can't really say no, can I? Heinrich flees for a moment, then ever so slightly so, as if nothing else to see, shakes his head. I'm just going to get the dog. Give me 2 seconds. She's just barked to come back in. And I don't want her barking outside at 1 a.m. in the morning. Where's the rock chip you like? Let's see, good go. Lay down. Good go. Good go. It's okay. Which you like it. Alright, that's what I dealt with. Ugh. So Heinrichs is joining the crew. Well, I've got no choice in it. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Cronus Expanse has changed. I've received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the one Valancia's worlds lie. You probably will know about the fate of the industrial world of Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better to talk on board where we will not be overheard. I, rogue trader von Valancius, welcome the agent of the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on the responsibility of assisting him in the fight against the evil that threatens humanity. An answer befitting a righteous servant of the Emperor. If duty has brought you aboard the rogue trader ship once more, then such is the Emperor's will. Welcome back, Interrogator. Thank you, sister. It is an honor to be traveling with one of the blessed Adeptus Sororitas. I must also deliver this to you. Heinrich pulls out a sealed letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of the envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have time. We've received a letter from Lord Inquisitor Xavier Kalskar. Oh, God, I love writing here. May the Emperor's faithful forever remain in the light of his favor. Let me first express my condolences on the tragic death of the most honorable Theodora von Valancius. Nevertheless, I was elated to learn that the warrant of Rogue Trader has been passed to a worthy and promising heir. These words are not hollow compliments, but rather the Inquisition's official opinion of your person. As fate would have it, you have taken the reins of the von Valancius dynasty in an hour most dire, when grim portents of dark events to come are servicing throughout the Cronus Expanse. I have been duty down to become the first sentinel who sees the approaching threat, and I hereby alert you that it is indeed coming. Our loyalty and resolve will be tested. People such as you will become the pillars that will unite the Emperor's frightened children and inspire them to fight back. As long as we're not rallying the Emperor's children, we're good. Which is a Chaos Space Marine Legion. And so I greet you as my dependable ally and assure you that my favor, from now on you have a trusted friend within the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition and a receptive confidant on whom you can rely. Should the dark times ahead require you to make questionable choices, have no doubt that such an incident will be examined in an exceedingly temperate fashion that rules out the most radical forms of judgment. I have faith in the success of our partnership and thank you for your contribution, both past and future. I have a letter from an Inquisitor Lord that basically might get me off total heresy. At least not getting killed for it. If I use it as a right. That is everything for the time being. Are you headed for the ship or do you still have business on footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. Okay, I'm just going to let him go on the ship for now. Because I want to get on board the ship. But we're going to go straight back onto footfall. I'm just healing everybody. Because we failed to jump over a gap at a 50% chance. I wish Kibble wouldn't do that every time she gets on the bridge. That's the second time she has done that. Also, the space stream was 2 streams ago. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship's system is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there's an issue you must be made aware of. Cassia makes a quick nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Dargonis, and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas one after the other and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. That's really bad. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame they cannot be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. Now we can be certain that the problems with astropathic communication in the Cronus expansion are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. That means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valancius Protectorate as soon as possible. I am talking about Yanis, Dargonis, and Kiava Gamma. Charting new course routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. I don't think she's glitched. I think it's just a part of one of her traits. Abalard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? We're discovering the agri-world will supply your protector with something none of your servants can do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall, that current football state. Yes, I think it is the same warp storm that split the Empire. I think we are set during that time period, Rio. I think that's exactly what it is. On the other hand, I'm concerned about the rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Yanis for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughing stock of the other dynasties. Besides, loss of chronicles and legends would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. Very well. Our courses are clear. To my office, have any other issues that require my immediate attention? No, it is not good. That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel, the crew, await your instructions, are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire. Okay, we are not going to depart Footfall. Now that everybody is healed, we're going to head straight back to the station. Now, we have to work out what our party is going to be. At the moment, Adira has gone from kind of useless... Oh, never mind. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valence's Protectorate. Of utmost importance is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing new trade links. All of this is now your privilege and burden. The Christmas Expanse, okay, we can explore the Cronus Expanse. We're not going to do that. We are going to go to Footfall. And we are going to go to the Shadow Quarters, where we have not been yet. We do have a quest called Heartless Void to complete Void Dog Alpha Row, but let's jump over to the Shadow Quarters. Now, do we take Heinrichs? As I said, Heinrichs was firmly in the party previously and was operating as an absolute monster in close combat. Also, he is immune to Horrors of the Warp. But Adira has just proven herself very powerful with her AoE Blind. I think there's no question about Abalard ever leaving the party. At the moment, I just enjoy Argenta too much not to have her in the party. Kibula is too broken at the moment, really, not to leave the party. Pascal is not doing a lot in combat, but his utility outside of combat is humongous. And Adira is just a very useful, at the moment, debuffer. Heinrichs is a very, very powerful melee combat. I think we'll maybe keep Adira in the party for now, and maybe next stream we'll look at changing things up. Because we're getting close to the end of this stream, but I would like to try and get to that woman, if I can, but I'm also very aware that it is nearly 1 AM and I have to get up early tomorrow. So I can't really play for too much longer. But let's have a look at what the Shadow Quarters is before we kick off. It is called the Shadow Quarters, as I was told by chat in the last stream, because the statue of the Emperor that the space station is built around keeps this area in permanent shadow. Navigator, yeah. Unfortunately, Cassia cannot compete. Argenta questions for your pension. Rogue Trader, I'd like to remind you about Reverend Hieronymus' request. He asks us to search for a potential cultist den in Footfall Shadow Quarters. You seem weighed down by something. What? No. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, and I'm as ready as to fight as ever. I did an accent for her, by the way. Maybe French? It will have no effect on my combat skills. Do we like her as a French lady? If something is troubling you, tell me. Perhaps I can help. Argenta shit you. I suppose I could share it with you, but the tale will be long, and I will have to start from the beginning. I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall. But my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on board, decades had flown by in real space. So she got stuck in warp. For her, only took a couple of days, but she lost decades of time. When I arrived on Footfall, it felt like I'd been erased from time. Oh, she's gone Jamaican again. Croissant. No one was waiting for me on this side of the mall. The people were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. The reliquary should have been mine to safeguard, Croissant, had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up to the task. They had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know Croissant beget. I'm getting really tired. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixtus seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I am reminded of those months on Footfall, it seems like I am falling into a pit. You know this, a pit, yes? I hope the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. I can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium need me. Which is revealed. Rose is actually originally from Jamaica. Croissant is my French recall word, okay? Croissant, no, I'm saying croissant to get the French accent back. Remind me, what was it the Reverend... Oh, no, how and why did you stand footfall come to an end? Something must have changed. Yes, his sign, almost important, showed me the right path. But it's not something I can speak of like this on the street. It is a den of malice. Let us be on our way. All I say is that on footfall, I met Lady Theodora and joined her, and that was the end of my languishing in this place. We must keep going. We'll see if we ever return to that travesty of an accent again. We probably won't. Oh.
Would you look at I hear strange.
Uh-oh.
Breathing.
Uh-oh. Rising sun symbol. It seems oddly repulsive, even sinister.
Masquerading as prayer.
Yeah, that looks bad.
For one such as you, the most sincere prayer would be poison.
This new wig is too tight. What's going on over here?
I see
Oh.
what others do not.
Now it's our time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds, carve open their bodies like carcasses at a slaughterhouse. The Imperial Navy, Casbalica, Corda, Von Valencias. Their names mean nothing now. Tomorrow we'll erase them from memory. Go and seize their power, as much of it as you can carry. Okay?
That wasn't so difficult.
This fake door is connected to a mine trigger. Did I just defuse the mine? Can I defuse the mine? Yeah, okay, there's just a mine there, okay. Oh, it has that symbol above the door. And there's a symbol again. Okay, this place is full of heretics. Just literally
Keep
full
your
to the brim of
wits about you.
heretics. There's apparently a shop built into a ship. That's where I'm going to go to. Lots of mines there. Dead bodies. More mines. Oh, there's a... Okay. I see this is how they're keeping the riffraff under control.
My Auspex has detected something.
Okay, more rising sun symbols. Oh, there's a herald here. It's Expedition 33 people. It's Warhammer 40k. It's Warhammer 40k. I'm sorry my French accent was so offensive. I'm glad Don Vincenzo isn't here.
Is the key to success.
Rising sun symbol. It seems oddly sinister. This symbol is everywhere in this district. I'm looking for Adeptus Massacus. What? What's over here? Big doors. The Martyr's Endurance. This is what I'm looking for. This is the shop. We left... Wait, that's fine, yeah. We'll come back and explore this area later. I want to get to the shop. A New Dawn, the cult from the planet. That's what I think. Adeptus Amescus. Ah, right, yes. It's the drink. Yeah, Adeptus Amescus. Yeah. Amsec being a flavor alcohol. Yes. We've already encountered Amsec this stream, actually. As a French Canadian, that was painful indeed. I'm so sorry for mangling your language. I'm overdue ending the stream.
It's good to
Raise
see
the
folks
voice of life
enjoying
support system.
themselves.
It seems whoever decided the vessel decided to leave it in
Even
place.
the air here feels nicer to breathe.
An entire establishment dedicated to unproductive and parasitical pursuits. A waste of station space.
This looks like the place. Alright, now where's Jay? If the French had the same pronunciation rules, it wouldn't have been an issue. I'm looking for that woman. That's how we're going to end this. Oh, cutscene. There she is.
Rough day.
No, that's not. Is that her?
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
She's a
Joy Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time?
Yeah, she does have a kind of Arabic accent.
Wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
Who'll give you grief, all right? Get out!
Oh my god! How does she shoot them and not get
I
shot?
think so, Ashmag. And tell Falco to come himself next time.
What was that?
Hidari, I am tired of your mess. Ow! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
We definitely need her on. The woman looks at you with the glassy eyes of a drunk, and you notice 2 empty bottles have been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in this dingy, smoky bar. The fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Her appearance not only screams wealth, but also audacity, for only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this. The pretty pirate lady. English is the Borg equivalent of a language. Probably Dark Vedic, yes, I will.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue trader. I'm just gonna say call me miss.
Von Valancius. My deepest, humblest regards, your ladyship. I never would have imagined I'd be standing at the bar, in the Amasekos, next to an honest-to-God Emperor Rogue trader.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't, yeah.
Jai Hedari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament.
What do you need help with?
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place, even for connoisseurs of footfall's unique atmosphere.
I don't think she has a French accent. I think she has a Middle Eastern accent.
When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladimir, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Hedari's property carries certain risks.
She wants me to enforce her. Commerce test succeeded. Jay appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. The Legion's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally, so Jay is encroaching on his turf. If Vladimir is not responsible for the disappearance of Jay's cargo, he will certainly benefit greatly from it. I suspect that Vladimir wants to keep the cargo out of your hands, and I want to put him in his place.
May the Exalted One bless
Ouch.
you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route, so I won't be spotted. Right. Here. That's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There in the depths you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Okay, so we have the quest to get her to join the party. And I'm very sorry, everybody, because I know you're enjoying my terrible accent so much. But this is where I'm going to have to end the stream, unfortunately, because it is after 1 a.m. for me. And I do have work in the morning. So thank you so much for tuning in. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I know we only got into one fight, and we spent most of the stream trying to work out a funeral, but I very much enjoy this kind of RPG. I'm having a great time. I hope you are too. I will try and get you a Xenonauts ASAP. Unicorn Overlord is on the weekend, so that's on Sunday for me, Saturday for most of you. The stream schedule is on the Discord, although the times aren't quite right. The days are. I need to update it. But Unicorn Overlord is the next stream, so that'll be on the weekend. Yeah, we will be getting you some Xenonauts and some Menace this weekend as well. So I just want to say again, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate your time, your support. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day, noon, evening, night, etc. And I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao for now. See ya.